Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Sunday, August 20th, 2023, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App, $ ORION NWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got Sunday Night Football, the Nolens Saints versus the Los Angeles Chargers, preseason week number 2, the only game on today. I got a chance to finish up the Mariners and the Astros with a remarkable win. So Julio is hot, and life is good. And then obviously tomorrow we're going to either do the Mariner matchup or we'll end up doing the Washington matchup on the NFL side. So we'll kind of play it by ear. But, you're going to get a few starters playing in this matchup, maybe not a lot, but still it's football. So I want to be able to break down these two teams, the Nolens Saints and the Los Angeles Chargers. And I got a lot of respect, even though I was a Bucs fan, for the Saints. And, I love Justin Herbert, so you already know I got a little love in my heart for the Chargers as well. So we'll see a little Jameis Winston and maybe some Easton Stick and a few of the others. And this will be a nice way to kind of cap off our Sunday since the Mariner game was on Peacock at 10 a.m. And it was crazy. So anytime you can end up sweeping the Astros, first time in, I think, since 2018, it's a big deal. About a month ago, I didn't know if the Mariners were going to make the playoffs. Hell, if we keep playing like this, we might actually make the ALDS. Maybe we'll even go a little bit further. But it's nice to be able to see, one of my teams actually pan out and do well. And I'm actually looking forward to this matchup because both of these teams are playoff teams. Both of these teams actually have really good depth. Both of these teams are fun to watch. And even if both of them have some backups in, I'm still going to be entertained, and I hope you guys will be entertained by me as well as the game. I know some of the preseason games have underwhelmed, and they've been under 20 points. But hell, it's preseason. It's week 1, week 2. We got one more game on Monday, and then we get into week 3. And that's the last week. That's the last audition, the last dress rehearsal. And then we're into the big boys. We're in the real deal Holyfield, where we get into week 1, where everything fucking matters. So you get reps for rookies, you get reps for backups, and you also get reps for guys that are drastically trying to make the team. So I hope everyone is having a fantastic day, and let's enjoy this one, huh? Sarah's in the building. What's good? Let's get to a hundo. Let's do it. Mariners. It's really cool to see that progression with the team. Big facts. Jeremy in the building. What's good? Hey, Rangers and Astros. He's thanks, my guy, as a Ranger fan. Hey, but the thing is, the Mariners are getting so hot now. Let's not be surprised if the Mariners catch up to all the other teams, not only ahead of us, Astros and Rangers, but maybe if we can even catch up to the Rays and the Orioles and get a little bit closer in that win column. So we'll see how it goes. But we'll be doing football here, but anything that we want to go over, baseball, obviously with the MLB action. But Tampa is really the only team that's not in the Pacific Northwest that I represent. It's Blazers, Mariners, Ducks, and then this particular team, just because I didn't want to be a bandwagon 49er fan. 4 championships with Joe Montana, 1 with Steve Young in 94 with Dion. And I was like, yeah, I don't know if I want to do that. Then I waited 1 more year in 95. Warren Sapp was drafted. Derek Brooks was drafted. John Lynch was already there. Mike Allstott. And I was like, these guys personify who I am as a person. Very intense, hard-hitting, decleating action. And I've been a Buccaneer fan ever since. So I'm ready to go. I got the Devin White jersey on. I switched it up. I had the white Devin White on before. Now I got the red Devin White. I've rocked the Derek Brooks sewn jersey from the early 2000s. I can't believe it's still holding up. It's a sewn jersey, and anytime you have a sewn jersey longer than 10 years, some things may start falling off or getting a little bit worn. But my Derek Brooks is still hanging strong, and I'm ready for this matchup. Jameis Winston, the former Buck, obviously not good enough to be the starter, but he's still good to a certain degree. I wouldn't say great, but I mean, he can still make long touchdown passes. He can still help win you a game. But the one thing that he always is linked to his name is always going to be turnovers. So obviously we know Carr is going to be the starter. I see them doing better than they did with Jameis, even though he had injuries last year. And it'll be interesting to see how many wins the Saints will end up getting. I'm predicting, somewhere probably between 10 and 13 wins for the Saints. And I'm thinking with the Chargers, you should be able to get maybe around 10 to 11. But if you end up having a bad year, Who knows? Maybe it ends up being maybe around 8 or 9 if there's injuries. There is a possibility. And same thing goes with the Saints. If there's some kind of crazy injury to, like, let's say Cameron Jordan and Carr and maybe Olave, then maybe they end up not winning 10 to 13 games. Maybe they win closer to 8 or 9. But still, with that being said, they should still both make the playoffs. The Saints are going to win the NFC South. Atlanta Falcons will finish in second, Panthers in third, Bucks in fourth because we're tanking. And with the Chargers, it should go Chiefs number 1, Chargers number 2, and then flip a coin, a toss-up between either the Denver Broncos with Sean Payton or the Raiders, in third or fourth place. So let's go. Let's go. I am definitely ready, and we'll get a few Saints fans and a few Charger fans coming in here. 100 degrees feels like 121. Dang. So you got the heat wave that I had a few days ago. Obviously with me, we had that 100 to 106 degree temperature, and it was uncomfortable. And I recorded every day regardless. Today, this morning, it wasn't too bad. It was smoky because we have these Pacific Northwest fires in Oregon and Washington. So it is very cloudy and smoky. It was a 78. Now it's 86. It's going to get up to 90. But I'm not sure if it really feels like it. When you look outside, it looks like it's 60 or 70 because of the clouds, but it's very muggy and warm. So we'll see where it goes. But hopefully this ends up being a pretty entertaining game. I love both of these teams, watching them in the regular season. And like I said, I got to grind it out. And then after this is done, I'll start doing some reaction videos. And then I'll do reaction videos on Monday. And then we're going to decide on Monday what we want to do. And obviously, I know some people have been like, man, I want you to be able to do the Mariner games. And I want to do the Mariner games as well. Final score, Mariners 7, Astros 6. But obviously the support has to be a little bit higher, but I'm going to try to do a little bit more. And tomorrow the Mariners play the White Sox on the road at 5:10 p.m. on FS1. So we're either going to do that as the primary, or we're going to end up doing the NFL matchup, the last matchup for week number 2, which will be the Ravens and the Commanders. So I don't really care. I'll talk it over with Sarah and what we decide to do, since I have taken a couple days off from doing the Mariners. But we'll probably do the NFL game. And then, also I can do the Major League Baseball game at the same time, but we'll just do the NFL maybe as the primary until we get into Tuesday. And then I can just do exclusively Mariners because there's no more football. Castillo is pitching tomorrow, so we'll talk about it. I don't really know what direction we'll go, but maybe Castillo and the Mariners versus the White Sox. Maybe we end up doing the Ravens and the Commanders. I mean, I'm really cool either way, but we're going to cover both games no matter what we do. So, all right, baby, let's go. Rangers, Stars, Mavericks. Nice. And then when I do NHL, Kraken and Stars, maybe you'll be in here and hanging out with us as well. And then Mariners, Rangers, obviously we'll be doing that at the appropriate time. And obviously you got Luca, so I see you. All right, here we go, baby. And then hopefully we get a few more people to come through. I know preseason football isn't necessarily for everyone, but I mean, what the hell else is going on right now on a Sunday? Nothing. There's nothing really going on unless you're watching baseball. Right, here we go. Kickoff to the Chargers. Short game. Let's go. And then your boy with the thumb. Ooh, baby. You can call me Johnny. I'm starting to get onto that level. Let me tell you, feels good, to be able to bust it out like this as well. Michael Thomas, can't guard Mike on the left, and my boy Jay Herb, Justin Herbert on the right. Let's go, Ducks. Yeah, I bet you miss Breeze, and like I said, I'm looking for my franchise quarterback, maybe Caleb Williams or Drake May. I'm looking for that too. But once you leave Drew Brees and you have to discover someone else, it sucks. Right? A lot of Saints fans got depressed because it wasn't the regular Saints football where you're used to winning, right? But Carr is the real deal Holyfield. I mean, like I said, it's the next best thing that you could think of besides like Kirk Cousins. That's going to be a guy maybe right at the top 10 or outside the top 10. Handoff up the middle. And a lot of people don't like, Carr or Cousins. But trust me when I tell you this, when you see Carr play for the Saints this year, a lot of those haters, when they, were watching Raiders games, will flip the switch and they'd be like, damn, I want Carr on my team. That's how good he is. So I'm very confident in him. And then we got Easton Stick, quarterbacking for the Chargers, 14 for 21, 109 in a tutty in week 1. And then we'll obviously see what he can do in week 2. And he'll be going against Jameis Winston. No Carr and Herbert tonight. Pass incomplete by Stick on 2nd down and 6. Calvin, what's up, dude? What's up, bro? I took a look at your message, so I'm going to keep an eye on those players that you mentioned, and if there's anyone else that you want me to keep an eye on for the Saints, because you know how important it is for me to be able to have a bond with the Saints fans. Let alone, I love watching the NFC South. I really want to be able to watch all the backups, the rookies, guys that are kind of underappreciated or maybe unknown. So let me know anything you need me to know on that. Oh, big hit by the Saints. There we go. Big stop right there. How are you? Yeah, but hey, let's be honest here. If your boy at the tight end, Jared Cook, can't hang on to the football, you guys won 2 times. It's hard to beat a team 3 times in a row, and it's not like we just beat you and got our ass kicked in the next round. We went all the way and won the Super Bowl. So again, Breeze probably should have 2. Rodgers should probably have 2. Russell Wilson should have had probably 2. But at least you got your 1. You know what I'm saying? I'm just lucky enough that I've went to 2 and I've won 2 against the Raiders and against the Chiefs. So, but I understand what you're saying. All right, we got the Chargers with the punt. Saints return at the 2-yard line. Go hit the sideline. There you go. So anyone that's got any extra info, Jeremy, Calvin, you guys let me know anything else I need to be looking for on the Saints side. I've already done a lot of research and a lot of reading, but I can always learn more, from people that are a fan of that particular team. I try to act, I'm a fan as every team, even though I'm a Buck fan because I'm a fan of the league. And I always want to be able to learn. I don't feel I know everything. Even if I read and watch film every day, there's going to be things that are going to slip through the cracks. Daniel in the building, what's good? Sarah in the building, Calvin in the building, Jeremy in the building, what's good? Let's go. Football, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Handoff on first down. 3-yard gain. I got to make my screen bigger here for the action. Let's go. And again, hopefully we'll get a few more people to come through. I really have a hard time believing that there's so much cool shit going on right now besides this. I know it's not going to be for everyone. Maybe the Chargers and Saints aren't your teams, but what the hell else is going on? I mean, baseball? I mean, unless your baseball team is playing, but Mariners played today, beat the Astros. So that was sweet. Sweet first time since 2018. I love that. Let's go. Oh, you're good, brother. Well, even if you guys have issues with Allen or Carmichael, let's be honest. The Falcons are nowhere near being a playoff team just yet. The Panthers and Bucks are going to be straight up booty. So even if you guys play like shit and win like 9 wins, at the very worst and a bunch of injuries, you're still going to win the division. But I'm thinking 10 to 13 wins is appropriate. 3rd down and 2 for famous Jameis. Hands off. Get that first down. There we go. First down, Saints. Move the chains. These are the guys I need to keep an eye on. Trevor Penning, Ugo Amada, Shaq Davis. Yes, yes. Ete Taylor and Jalen Smith. And it's funny, my one of my best friends, Jamie and Joey Gomez and their son Augie. So my boy Joey's a Charger fan since birth, and Jamie's a Saints fan. So I know they're at the house, obviously down the road watching the game, and they'll be enjoying it, even if it is preseason. Shotgun set, first down and 10. Jameis, get rid of it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. That's a hold. Come on, you idiot. Jameis, you can't hold on to the football that long. Now the call's coming back. The play's coming back. Holding on the O-line. Come on. There it is. And we got to make sure Penning doesn't get hurt. That's the number one concern. Can Penning stay healthy? Absolutely. I agree. But again, even if you guys have injuries, even if you guys struggle, I still think you're going to beat everyone's ass in the NFC South. And I guarantee you're not going to hear any other Falcon, Buccaneer, or Panther fan say that because everyone's going to be biased. But I mean, I know talent when I see it, and you guys are the real deal. And you guys should win the division for the next 2 to 3 years until I get my franchise quarterback and until the Falcons get a little bit better. And then at some point, we'll try to challenge you guys. But I think the Bucks will have a better chance than the Falcons. But the Falcons will be the number 2 team in the South this year, but I don't really know how many wins they're going to get. 5 to 7, maybe. But if they play good this year, maybe 8 or 9. Second down and 17. I mean, they don't lack talent at the skill positions. Ritter, Heineke from Heineke, Pitts, Drake London, Bajan. You got so many guys there. Cordarrelle Patterson, Algier, little dump down. Go, go, go. But maybe I like watching the Saints as much as Saints fans. I mean, I don't know if I do, but I feel I do. Some people think low-key I am a low-key Saint fan, even though I wear the butt gear. I just like being able to represent the NFC South, and I like being able to break down the tape. All right, 3rd down and 8. Let's go. And maybe we'll get Mo Gumbo and a few other Saint fans in the building. 3rd down and 8. Shotgun set. Get rid of it, Jameis. Right there. A.T. Perry a little bit behind him. What happened to my hands? But it wasn't his fault. That was Jameis right there. Good clean pocket. Steps up. Got to be a little bit more touch on that throw. Yeah, I mean, he only could put his hand back, so. Yeah, but we won, so that's all that matters, right? 12-5. Yeah, 12-5, 13-4 is definitely doable, I feel, for you guys. But if there's a couple slip-ups, right, games that you lose or injuries, 10 or 11 wins maybe. But, I mean, you guys should, based on this roster, and Carr playing well, you guys should, 12-5 would be definitely, respectable. So, all right, we're going into a commercial break. Megan in the building. What's good? Happy 4th birthday to Ollie. Happy birthday, Ollie. Yeah, Emerson Hancock went and got injured. That sucked. Because like I said, we were up like fucking 6-0, and then all of a sudden it was 6-5. And all my Mariner buddies, like I was going to live stream the game, but I was maybe going to go out to lunch, but then I ended up not doing that. And then I was going to start to do some reaction videos in the morning. But the Mariners were on at fucking 10 a.m. on Peacock. So I was like, I have to watch this. It's the Astros. If I'm not going to stream it, I got to watch it in entirety. And luckily we were able to hang on at the end. But yeah, having Emerson Hancock go down definitely killed the momentum. Uncle Mo is real, right? But we still got the dub. We still got the sweep. And it feels good to be a Mariner fan, man. Big facts. It's very hot and muggy here in Oregon. Hot, hot, hot. See, if I was you, Megan, in that particular league, I don't know if I would have done that league that they wanted you to be in. If there's going to be like 18 people, that's way too many to have fantasy football in a league. You want to be in a league that has like 10 or 12. When you go 14 or higher, it's almost impossible to have a good team. And then if you don't know what you're doing, then it might be a disaster. But I hope you do well. But I'm just saying from personal experience, I never would be in a league myself that was 14, 16, or 18. It's way too many people. And then that means that if you're not familiar with a lot of the superstars besides the Seahawks, that means that you're going to have to be familiar with wide receivers number 3, wide receivers 4, wide receiver 5 on all the teams. And most people have no clue. So good luck. But man, that's insane. That's crazy. So is it an 18-man league? 18-man woman league? That's a little crazy. Yeah, I did see that. I did watch that game last night. Jeremy with the $5. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. You'll be able to get me at another time when things are a little bit better, I know. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. $5 holla. Who dat? Who dat? Who dat gonna beat them Saints? Nobody. Let's go. $5 holla for my boy Jeremy. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you. Yeah, but when you got 2 A's and 3 B's on the mock, was it an 18-man draft or a 10-man? Because anyone can get an A or B grade on a 10-man or a 12-man, but anything that's above that, it's a lot harder. I'm just being honest and real. So I hope it works out for you. But again, most mock drafts, when you do them are 10-man, out of a 10-man league. So you're drafting and then there's 9 other people, or you're drafting and there's 11 other people, or 11 other AI computer people drafting. There's not very many people that are going to do an 18-man league. So I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, that's wild. But hey, if you're able to get an A and B grade on that, congratulations to you. Halfback toss. But it'll definitely let you learn about the league on a deeper level, because if you thought you understood the league, before, you're definitely going to understand who the players are now. You're forced to, because you have to be able to try to win your games every week. And if you're going to be going against 17 other people, holy shit, that's crazy. So good luck with that. I hope you do well. Well, it's going to be completely different now because you're doing an 18-man league. So once people start picking kicker, then you're going to have to start following in suit. But normally you're going to have to get a lot of running backs and wide receivers. In that type of league, defenses and kickers might go towards the end, or people might pick them around the middle or towards the 3/4 sway of the draft ending. It kind of depends, because you don't want to end up with a shitty kicker or a defense. Yeah, you can always stream a kicker every week and just grab this guy. But in an 18-man league, you're not going to be able to do that, because every team is going to have a kicker. There's only going to be 12 backups, and maybe some people will have a backup, and there won't be anyone left. So you're going to have to use your own judgment with that. Sometimes you have to follow the leader. You start seeing a kicker go off the board like Tucker, maybe around the 10th round. Maybe pick McPherson from the Bengals and grab him or something of that nature. At some point you have to follow the leader or be the leader, but you don't want to do it too early. I would assume in that type of league, you wouldn't want to do a kicker or defense until probably like round 10. Normally I would say round 7 or 8. Some people go for kicker and defense. Sometimes I go for a kicker or defense a little early. Then people follow me and they follow my lead. I pick Justin Tucker, and then like, oh shit, I need to get a kicker. Or if I get, one of the best defenses, if I get like, Niner defense or something, or Cowboy defense, then maybe someone will follow. But if with your situation, it's completely different. So. Yeah, but the thing is, also too, delete. If you take kickers late, have you ever won a fantasy football championship? That's another thing too, because a lot of people, can take kickers late, but how many people take a kicker late and win a championship? Not many. So again, sometimes you have to take a kicker, sooner than later. Like sometimes with me, when I do a 10-man league or a 12-man league, sometimes I'll be in round maybe 7, 8, 9, 10. And a lot of people are still scooping up like running backs and wide receivers. But if I feel I've already gotten some good ones in place, I want to make sure I get that Justin Tucker. That'll be my kicker for the year. Or I get the Cowboy defense, before anyone else. So, and again, you can always stream kickers and you can stream defenses in a 10 or 12-man league, but in an 18-man league, you can't. So you're going to have to kind of switch it up. So. And that's why I asked, because anyone that picks a kicker late, like the last pick, or a defense, they never win a championship. I've never heard anyone, picking a kicker or defense at the very, very end that have won a championship. Not being a hater, I'm just trying to give you some advice that in the future, if you play fantasy, don't do that shit. If you know it's fucking not worked for you before, don't fucking repeat yourself and do it again. Draft a kicker and defense a little early. So. Because you don't want to look at your lineup and be like, ooh, quarterback Mahomes. Oh, Josh Jacobs, Nick Chubb. Oh, Saquon Barkley. Ooh, I got Keenan Allen and Mike Evans. Oh, I got George Kittle. And then you look at your kicker and defense and you're like, fuck, what happened? Because a lot of times you'll lose because the kicker and defense isn't good enough. You need to try to get 20 points out of your kicker and your defense. 10 from the kicker, 10 from the defense. And if you don't have good ones, maybe you end up with 4 and 4 and then you lose. You know what I mean? So. I'm just keeping it real. I got to give that good advice for people. I don't want people to lose. I want people to win. Yeah, like I said, with the 18-man league, you're going to wait, but you're going to want to get your running backs, your wide receivers first, then quarterback, and then at some point you're going to have to sprinkle in a tight end before they start dropping off the board, and then once you get a bunch of those, then you're looking at the kicker and the defense if you want to go that strategy. So here we go. Handoff, spin move. Hit him with a spin cycle. Nice double team there by the Chargers. What would you like to see for your photo with your dono that you did for me? You got a particular Saints player you want some Drew Brees? I know you mentioned him earlier in the broadcast, so if you want some Drew Brees, let me know, and I can throw some Drew Brees up, or any player, past or present. Let's go, baby. We got Saints. I got Mike Thomas on there and Justin Herbert, baby. Let's go. And boys getting on next level with the thumbs. Let's go, baby. You already know what I do. Let's go. Let's go. All right, Jameis, 2nd down and 11. Little bootleg, shimmy shake like he does in his drills with his homies. And then he goes down. I'm not sure if they marked that as a sack lunch. Look at this right here. Look at it. He goes up. And then look at this little shoulder shimmy. Shoulder shimmy. Look at shoulder shimmy. He did the shoulder shimmy in practice, like when everyone clowns him, when he makes those viral videos. Well, I guess right there it did come in handy. You got to be able to do the shoulder shimmy right there. Get out of that sack lunch. But he got the shoulder shimmy twice. But then you got to be able to get rid of the football. Screen pass on 3rd down and 12. Good blockers. Downfield run. Oh, just short there by about 3 yards. Yeah, I just wish that if you were doing a 10-man or a 12-man, and then with the advice, I think that you could finish maybe in the upper half, if you actually got good help. But with an 18, I mean, I don't know. That's just really ridiculous to me. But again, it's you guys in your league, and if you're going to have fun doing it, but I feel that when you do something like that, you can't build a championship roster with good names. Like, you're going to have some superstar names and a bunch of lower names. And a lot of times when people want to do fantasy, they want to have like superstar players all the way from the top to the bottom. That's why it's called fantasy football, not a fantasy draft with a bunch of wide receiver 4s and, tight end number 3s, and a bunch of like backups. Because essentially that's what the teams are going to be. You're not going to be able to have a superstar roster from top to bottom because you got 18 motherfuckers drafting. So Amber in the building. What's good? Long time, no talk. Saints in the building. How are you? Okay. All right. You'll be back in a bit, and I'll get some photos prepped for you. I'll get some Drew Brees and AK-41. I'll throw up some photos here for you, either when you come back and grab some food or step out to the bathroom for just a minute or two. All right. Let me grab a couple here for you. $5, 95 to go. Let's go, baby. I'll throw them up now, and then I'll save them for him as well. Breeze. How are you doing, Amber? I hope things are going good in your life. I'll be doing a lot of Saints this year since the Bucks are going to be terrible and we're tanking. So I'm going to be doing a lot more Seahawks, a lot more Niners, and a lot more Saints matchups, especially if they're on in the morning. I'm going to be doing reaction videos, obviously, throughout the whole year also. And I think that'll help us get over 20,000 subs finally. And then, maybe sprinkle in some other content there as well. $5, 95 to go. I've missed you. I hope you're doing well. I definitely got to hit you with the Alvin Kamara, one of my favorite running backs in the league. A little AK-41 with the color rush. Woo, baby. Still think these color rushes are one of the best uniforms in football. Now, like I said, the Raiders have an option as well, but with the gold, with the numbers, that looks so sick. Like, I'm a Bucks fan and I would wear that. Like, I'm not even lying. And then I'll show you the Josh Jacobs one, who I think is right up there too. I mean, I feel I have a lot of style and swagger, and I have a certain type of look that I'm looking for. But I know what looks good, and that jersey looks good, and so does this one. I don't know, 1st down carry. But look at that jersey, right? Look how clean that looks. And then look at the Raiders version. That one might even be swaggier because of the silver. It pops so much. But obviously, if you're a Saint fan, you're like, yes, I want that. That AK looks so dope right there. But then the Jacobs, woo, that looks fire too. I mean, you don't even have to love the Raiders or the Saints to understand that those are fire. I don't give a shit what anyone says. I would rock both of those. All right, no problem. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Brian Wu is on his way back pretty soon, but you can do some research while I'm doing this game. I was going to do that after this game was over to kind of look at the how long, the IL, the injury, the significance of the injury, and seeing when our guys are going to come back. I know J.P. Crawford did a like a AAA start, to get himself ready. So we should be getting J.P. Crawford back pretty soon, but that doesn't help our pitching. Pass incomplete on 3rd down and 5 from Easton Stick. Yes, AK smooth. Too bad with the suspension with him, curb stomping the homie in the elevator with his boys. But after the suspension is over, and you got Jamal Williams, so which is super dope, and you got Carr, so any Saint fan should be very excited that you're not going to be, a shitty team or a mediocre team. You guys are going to run the NFC South for the next 2 to 3 years. Wait for me to get my quarterback, and once I get Caleb Williams or Drake May next year, then I should be able to compete with you guys. Maybe not win, but the Falcons, the Bucks, we're slowly getting better, and the Panthers got a long ways to go. So, best throwbacks. I know some people like Tampa's, but I definitely would not put them in consideration. I like the Houston Oilers. I like that one. The Philadelphia Eagles and the Kelly Green Seahawks. From the 80s. I think the Seahawks one is very clean. Eagles is very clean. Houston Oilers is very clean. And I like the Patriot one where it's got the guy on the side of the helmet. That one's pretty clean as well. So I'm not really sure if there's a number one, but probably Seahawks and Eagles are the best to me. So, yes, the Oilers as well. Agreed. Yep, agreed. Well, it was for the Tennessee Titans, but they did it for the they didn't do it for the Texans. They did it for I think the Titans. Yeah, that's associated with them. But that was the original Houston Oilers, and then they moved to Tennessee. So about 2 to 5 days. Yeah, so we will have to see what the rotation. I'll look it up right now since I got time. So let me take a quick peek to see if there's any news. And all my buddies that are hardcore Mariners, they send me information and then I look it up as well. And we go against the White Sox tomorrow. So I'll either do that game with Castillo pitching or we'll do the NFL matchup. We'll see. But Kelenic, 10 more days, 10-day IL. Wu, 15-day IL. J.P. Crawford's on the 7-day IL. And then Jose Caballero and Emerson Hancock are day-to-day. So we're getting beat up a little bit, but we've been very, very hot. And I remember when we were like 6 games below 500. Now we're 69 and 55. How amazing is that? We're one of the hottest teams in baseball, and I love it. So Mariners, White Sox tomorrow, or I'm going to call both games at the same time, or we'll do Ravens, Commanders. So I'm not really sure what direction we'll go. I don't care either way. But if we do the football game, I can still put the audio of the Mariners, and during commercial breaks, I can do both games, and we can go that route. And then I got a shitload of reaction videos I got to do this weekend. I didn't get a chance to watch a lot of football. So after this is over, if I have the energy, I'm going to start pumping out some reaction videos from this weekend. And then we'll be doing that all Monday until Mariners or until Washington and the Ravens. So, okay, yeah, keep me up to date if you can. But I ended up going to having some Chinese last night at one of the best places in Oregon, and oh my god, the pork fried rice, amazing, right? The Mongolian beef, amazing. Orange chicken, amazing. Like it was so good. And then I obviously I took it, leftovers and had it this morning. I'm not sure how many things hit better than leftover Chinese food from a famous or a high-end restaurant. Chinese food, even heated up, tastes amazing the next day. Spaghetti, amazing the next day. Pad Thai, amazing the next day. My taste buds went to Flavor Town and it was awesome. But if you have any type of ideas, or you read any information, let me know about the Mariners if you see anything there. But the injuries are starting to pile up, most of them minor though. All right, 1st down and 10. Shotgun set. There we go. I didn't get a chance to watch the whole game, but I did stop by at a bar last night after I had dinner, and I did watch a chunk of it. But I didn't get a chance to really, watch it thoroughly, which I probably will watch it again on NFL Network. But from what I saw, you guys look good, and then obviously I was watching the UFC fight as well, so that was amazing. Big KO in that UFC fight last night, which was killer. It's always cool to see an underdog get the championship. Go, screen pass, go. The 40, the 50. There we go. First down, Saints. Move the chains. Yeah, but Wu's Open Kitchen, delete in Oregon. If you go there, eat there. There's a couple locations, and it's amazing. If you've never been, I actually dated the daughter of the owners of the Wu's Open Kitchen when I was in high school for a couple weeks. It wasn't anything serious, but the family has been really building it the right way, and they got a few locations. And I've never had Chinese food better in Oregon than that spot. So $5 for a beer, yeah. Beers, beers do get kind of spendy, but I have been cutting back. I've been losing weight. I've actually dropped like 40 pounds. So if you look at my face, it probably looks a little bit thinner than last time you saw me. Maybe yes, maybe no. But when COVID hit, I got all the way up to like 250, 265. I was embarrassed. I was like, what the hell is happening to me in my body? And I wasn't exercising as much. And then now I'm all the way down to like 209. So I got another 9 pounds to go to 200, and then I want to get to 185 to 200. But Paisley, my pup, I've been walking with her 2 to 3 times a day. So I'm exercising about an hour to 2 hours every day, and it's starting to pay off. And nice tackle by the Chargers. But I'm starting to eat better too, and I'm starting to not drink beer as often as I was on the streams when I would do those like Modelo Chiladas and a 6-pack of Coronas. So like I said, that shit costs a lot of money, but also it can make you fat, and I'm trying to lose weight. So yeah, very friendly, really cool spot. And if you've been to Wu's, then yeah, you already know. O'Malley. That was so sick, man. Especially when you know that they hated each other. That's why UFC is so awesome. And it's crazy because when I was watching the UFC fight, I had it on my phone because they didn't have it at the bar. And as soon as O'Malley fucking struck his ass, I was like, oh! And then like fucking my girlfriend and everyone in the bar like looked at me and shit. But it's like I didn't expect him to go down in the second round like that. Awesome. I'm a big UFC guy, so I don't watch every fight, but there's certain ones that I'll peek into. Amber with a $5. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. $5 holla. And I know you probably haven't been here in a minute. What do you think about the new look? I mean, I've been really working hard. I figured out how to do thumbnails. So, that was something that I didn't know how to do. Now I figured out how to do it. I don't need to pay anyone to do it for me, which I was doing for a minute. And I feel that I got the technique down, and I'm very excited. And then I'm going to be doing reaction videos. That'll help us get us some growth because there's some people that just don't watch live streams. So I got to get back to my roots and do reaction videos, and hopefully that'll get us over the threshold of 20K subs and beyond. And let me know what you want to do as for pictures as well. But incorporated the scoreboard, got some cool football cards. When I do baseball streams, I got baseball cards up, and I like vintage stuff because I'm vintage. So I like stuff from like the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. And I finally feel after maybe 11 years of grinding that the channel finally kind of looks the way that I always dreamed of. Halfback toss. Nice tackle by the Saints. Sit down. Yeah, lots of water. I actually have a water in the freezer I'm about to grab, but I drink Snapples now. So I do Snapple apple, Mango Madness, kiwi strawberry, and that's pretty much it. And then if I drink something else, maybe Gatorade or Powerade, and then water. But mostly Snapples first, for the flavor for me at least. I have to go down a level, but I'm trying to cut back on sodas and shit too. So thank you. Like I said, I put a lot of my creativity into this, and if you look to see what the channel looked like when I first started, gets out of the end zone. Nice by stick. But, to have it look streamlined, have it look like it belongs and it's all layered. But I feel that, it looks amazing to me, and like I said, I'll still keep improving it, along the way. But I feel good about it. Thank you. Matt in the building. What's good? How's that Hawaii weather, brother? And do you have anything specific that you want to see, Amber? Saints players? Let me know, and I got you. 3rd down and 5. Trying to draw the Saints offside. Shotgun set for Stick. Pressure off the left-hand side and the right side. Flag on the play. It's caught. 1st down, Chargers, but there's a flag on the play, and that's probably going to come back. But let's see. They're walking forward like it's on the Saints. Maybe it's on the Saints then. Legal use of the hands. Uh-oh. Automatic first down. No, I just did it to add that little flavor to the stream. Like I said, because sometimes people don't know my name; they think it's Ryan or Brian. But like I said, I have a lot of different options now. With the programs that I use, and I can add the name, take the name off. I got the ticker. I don't have to have the ticker. Up sometimes. We can just do the stream. Like this as well. But a lot of times people want to be able to, see the Cash App and and I like the yellow the ticker with the yellow name because it's kind of like crime tape. And I'm a big Grand Theft Auto fan, so it kind of reminds me of Grand Theft Auto and whatnot. So that's why, because I can change the color, of the name as well as the ticker. But I need to find something that's going to look good on every stream that I do. I can't just do blue and then red and then pink. It has to match, the background, the scoreboard, and the cards. Otherwise, it's just going to look weird. And I've just found in my experience that the yellow is my look. That's me. So that's the one that looks like crime tape, and it looks the best. And it looks good for baseball, looks good for basketball, football, hockey, NASCAR, wrestling, whatever. So, but I figured if I got my name up there, at least people, they'll have a better idea. So, but yeah, a lot of people don't know how to say it or spell it. My first name would always be brutalized in school, Orion, or something like that, and then my last name's Mikulek, but they're like Orion McCulloch. Like, I mean, I got it on the first name and the last name, so the kids would laugh, and stuff. But then as I got older, they started to realize, oh, Orion, that's kind of a cool name. Like, you could have been a Ryan or a Brian, but your parents chose Orion. That's kind of dope, so obviously named after the constellation, and I wouldn't want it any other way. So that's big facts. But I figured if I put it up there, that way it looks a little bit better. Like I said, I've always been experimenting. Okay, ticker, no ticker, name, no name, cards. How do I want to do this? And I always wanted my screen to be smaller. I didn't want it to be full screen anymore. And then I had to incorporate a scoreboard. So I'll use like ESPN, NFL, but I also have a custom one. But the custom one has like 50 layers. So I'm not able to use it on this particular program, or at least I haven't figured it out yet. So I figured for the time being, I can use the NFL, use the cards, have it line up streamlined, and I have to, make the angles and everything look streamlined and good. And this is what I came up with. So, right. And like I said, it's not Oryan or O apostrophe. Or like, I'm not Irish, but a lot of people, Orion, do I look Irish? I'm not Irish, but again, I'm Asian and European, Czechoslovakian, European, and then obviously my mom is 100% Japanese, so half Asian, half European. That's kind of my nationality. So, but a lot of people are like, oh, are you Hawaiian? Are you Pacific Islander? Like, a lot of people, they think I'm something. They know I'm not just white or Caucasian, but a lot of times people can't put their finger on it, like what race I am. So there you go. Do you have a particular player or anything that you want to see? Colston. Okay, let's do that. I love Colston. Maybe one of the most underrated wide receivers of all time. A guy that was really, really good. Saints fans know he's good. I know he's good. But does the rest of the NFL fan base remember how good he was? I say maybe some, but most do not have the appreciation for him. 100%. And he's always one of my favorites, even though I'm a Buck fan, But again, I'll give you some here. Thank you so much for your generosity. I miss you very, very much. And I hope I can see more of you. Check out all my Saints reaction videos. And also, I'll be doing a lot of Saints games. So I hope that you'll be able to come in and watch games with me this season if you're not working. Because I'm going to focus on doing more Saints than Buccaneers because the Bucks are losing on purpose. Why am I going to be doing Bucks games unless people want to see me go crazy? Which I imagine some people would love that. Just watch me fucking lose my mind. But I already know that we're going to be bad. So it's not like, oh, we have Tom Brady and then we end up winning 7 games, and we're terrible. So there's some Colston for you. Yeah, super underrated, super underappreciated. It's almost sickening how underappreciated. And I like him more than even Joe Horn. Joe Horn had the cell phone moment, But Joe Horn was good. But Marquise Colston was good, but didn't get the recognition that Joe Horn got. And even Joe Horn didn't even get the recognition that he deserved. Let's be honest. That's why it's up to me to represent for you guys in the NFC South. I'm not a Buck hater. Like most people, if they see me and they don't know who I am, they're like, oh, look at this guy. He's just a bandwagon Tom Brady or something. But I've been a Buck fan since 95. So, and again, I'm a fan of the league. It's just a matter of fact, I'm a Buccaneer fan, but I'm not a hater like a lot of people are. It's like I'm a fan of the league. I appreciate the league as a whole. Oh, a fumble! Yes! It's 12 noon. You know what time it is. It's time for an Amber Saint sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Amber likes that. And they get the fumble recovery. Yum, 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 yum. Sack fumble. Yes. Nice job, Saints. Way to represent the South for me. Let's go. Yeah. Hit him down. He's trying to reach for the ball, and he didn't try to, scoop and score. He was smart, and he fell on it. He's a big boy. He knows the rules. He knows what needs to be done. He coughed it up. Robitussin, Dayquil, NyQuil, all the quills. Let's go. Nice play. Nice play. Let's go. But like I said, I'm going to go out of my way to do more Saint games, more Niner games, and Seahawk games. Like represent the West Coast fans, instead of doing like Buck games and then doing a lot more Saints. I'll sprinkle in Eagles too, but there'll be quite a few teams that I do a little bit more content for. But if I'm going to be doing reaction videos, that means I can't do 3 games. I'm going to be doing one like Sunday night in the morning game or just Sunday night and then doing reaction videos up to that point. So, yes. No, Notre Dame is in control of their own fate. If they want to join, that's up to them. I mean, they could have joined already, and been like the third best in that conference, with Michigan and Ohio State years ago. But I don't know if they'll ever join a conference. But if they do, it will be the Big Ten. Jameis, 2nd and 11. First down, Saints. What a catch. Move the chains. That was beautiful. What a crazy catch. That wheel route was nice. And for all the Jameis Winston haters, including myself, at one point in my life or another, whether he was on my team or not, Jameis does a lot of bad things, right? Jameis does a lot of viral internet stupid shit, with the drills and whatnot. But he can still make plays, bottom line. He may not win you every game, but as far as backups are concerned, he is one of the top 10 backups in the league, in my opinion, still, even though he fucks up sometimes. Touchdown, Saints! Yeah! Yes! Give me that ball. Let me show you what I can do with it. I love it. Look at the blocking up front, and you already know he got in there. Who dat? Who dat? Who dat gonna beat them Saints? Let's go. There we go. And again, the Saints are going to be good. And I know I don't know if you guys have watched and but I potentially think that Saints could be the number 2 or number 3 team in the NFC this year. And if I didn't truly believe that, I wouldn't say it. Extra point is up, and it's good because you got the Eagles and the Niners. Fine, right? But behind them, who's there? Who's got the most complete team behind those 2 teams? It's the Saints. So who's to say that the Eagles, they have a harder schedule? Who's to say that the Niners slip up a little bit and the Saints take advantage? I think the Seahawks will be pretty good. Packers will be in the mix with the, Vikings and the Lions, but there's only going to be one good team from the South, and that's the Saints, right? And you're going to have 3 teams battling in the East, Eagles, Cowboys, Giants. We don't really know about Washington. Then you got 3 teams in the North, right? Packers, Vikings, Lions, go Lions. And then you got 2 teams in the West with the Niners and the Seahawks. So to me, I mean, they're looking like they could be number 3, but maybe as high as 2. Hell, who's to say the Saints can't be number 1? They got a very well-rounded team, but let's just try to keep a good perspective and not try to get too ahead of ahead of everything, ahead of the course. But I definitely think that the Eagles, Niners, Saints are going to be the 3 best teams, and then the Seahawks right below them. So, and if I was a hater, why the hell would I say that? That's facts. Yes. Oh, big nuts, Will Lutz. Got to go with Lutz. Throw some Saints photos up for y'all. Let me get a Saint logo for you too. All right, here we go. On these little extra details that I add for you guys because I love you, and it looks good. All right, here we go. This is for Calvin and Amber and all the Saints fans. You ready? Let's get this up here. There we go. Nothing looks better than just a transparent logo, but when you can get an animated GIF, and then you can rotate, oh man, it takes it to the next level. Every photo looks that much better when you end up getting that rotational logo. And that's another thing that I've added to the channel this year when I end up bringing up the photos for each team. And like I said, it just takes the photo and it brings it to a whole nother level. And I love you guys, and I want you guys to be able to have the best on screen. So your boy's grinding, man. Like I said, this is my dream, so I have to make sure my legacy stays intact, and I got to give you guys the best. There we go. All right, 7-0 Saints, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, good return by the Chargers. Hit the hole. Wow. All the way down to the 35. But Calvin and Amber, if you have any additional players that I need to look at or keep an eye on, or anything that you've heard from the beat writers in your hometown, give me that info. I mean, I want to soak up. I'm already reading and doing film study about 4 to 6 hours a day. So if I can get extra, that's going to obviously give me more credibility too. So. Who dat? Yeah, Olave is going to be great. Wilson's going to be great. We already knew they were going to be fantastic. I think London on the skill set is a little bit lower than those two. And then Jameson Williams has a lot of upside, but he needs to stop getting in trouble all the time. Almost picked. Oh, what happened to my hands? Almost a pick by the Saints. There we go. Look at you two. You guys are linked right here, right? Saints fans right here linked. I love it. Thank you guys. Okay. I'm definitely going to do that. Hey, you guys think alike. It's it's what happens when you get Saint fans that really appreciate their team. All right, 1st down and 10. Let's see if the Saint defense can step up here, and if the Charger offense can get a couple first downs. Easton Stick, hands off. Very stout defense by the Saints. And again, if you're looking at teams that have really good offense, right, defense, special teams, coaching, and even if there might be, some, question marks at coaching or play calling, we get it. Dennis Allen and Carmichael and some of these guys, it's not Sean Payton. I get it, right? But overall, I mean, who's got a more well-rounded roster than the Saints going into this year with the Jamal Williams and the Carr additions, with all the rookies on top of that? I mean, you got Eagles, you got Niners, and then you got the Saints. So, and I definitely think that there's going to be some wiggle room there. Nice pass. Johnson, the rookie, 1st down, Chargers. TCU in the building. Quentin Johnson, I see you. Yeah, George Pickens is going to have a breakout year too, especially if he gets more targets. Less to Allen Robinson, more to George Pickens, and George could be really, really good. Obviously, he's got that Odell Beckham kind of swagger, and obviously his hands are very, very good. He is a part of my hands team, and he'll be really amazing this year. He showed flashes last year, but he didn't get the ball enough. Going deep, incomplete. Oh, flag on the play. Yep, I agree, and hopefully he can stay healthy. No, those are a good majority of them, Matt. There's going to be a lot of sleepers too. Tank Dell, me too. I was just going to say that. I was like, that's the one that I really want to keep an eye on this year as well. See, we think alike, bro. I just was about to say that. I was like, Tank Dell, like if you watch any preseason week one, or watch college football, and that's why I feel like if you don't watch college football, you're not going to know as much as people that do. First down and 10, and also the people that watch preseason compared to the people that don't. Oh, what happened to my hands? Parham. Butterfingers by Parham. Second down at 10. Josh Downs is another one for your Colts, absolutely. Justin Ross. Full course meal. I feel you. Injuries are a big thing for a lot of the guys, and if they can just stay healthy, we could really see some amazing breakout talents this year on many positions. Second down and 10. Chargers knocking on the door in the red zone. Shotgun set, stick, screen pass. Saints collapsing. They got some good team speed there. And you already know how I feel about Demario Davis, a.k.a. the glue, the most underrated linebacker in the game. Okay, love him. You got Cameron Jordan signing the extension, so he'll be a Saint for life, which I love. Lattimore will be great. And then you end up having, the regulars, with the car and the AK-41 after the suspension, and you added Jamal Williams, and we'll see if can't guard Mike can get back on track, and Olave will be good, and then Juwan Johnson from my Ducks is going to be good for you as well. And then I don't know about Jimmy Graham with the whole arrested thing and with the issue that happened, but hopefully that he'll be okay. Stick, run, floater. Oh, incomplete. So break down to me what happened with Jimmy Graham. So was he on like some medication, or was he faded? Was he taking pills or drunk or something, or a combination of that? And then he got arrested for his behavior. Like what was the final result? Because I've read like multiple articles, but everyone was a little different. I mean, he can't be the tight end one. Juwan Johnson's better than him. But if they want to have him as like tight end, 2 or 3 as like a backup, or running double tight end sets, and if he plays limited snaps, maybe he's a name, but he's kind of old. 4th and 5, field goes up, and it's good. When they first mentioned him, I thought he was going to come back as like a tight end assistant. I didn't think it was like him actually trying to play. I thought it was done. I was like, cool. He's going to mentor Juwan Johnson and give him some secrets, or something. He had a seizure. Okay. And when he had the seizure, was he on medication? Was he on like pills? But he's out now and everything's okay, right? The devil's lettuce. Oh, I love the devil's lettuce. The devil's lettuce is good, especially out here in Oregon. I'd rather do the devil's lettuce than drink. Like I love Rollies and the gummies. Like I said, I would rather, but every once in a while, some kind of like mixed drink, or throwing back a half, or or some kind of beer on tap. But I try to minimize that. But if I have to end up having something, yeah, I'm definitely going towards the devil's lettuce. So. But I mean, devil's lettuce shouldn't be illegal anywhere. I don't give a shit. Like they have these documentaries that are coming out with people that have like Parkinson's, and they have like these really serious illnesses, and they're shaking. Their mouth is all going, all sideways. They end up doing the droplet right on their mouth. Literally 1 minute later, they're like a normal human being. So obviously, if the devil's lettuce and CBD and THC was so bad, then why is it curing and being so not only medically beneficial, but you don't hear about people committing crimes when they're on the devil's lettuce. They get hungry, they laugh, they go to sleep. What's so big about that, right? That's why I'm happy I live here in Oregon, because not only when you go to a dispensary, they have like 50 kinds to choose from, but then they have like many kinds of like gummies and chocolate bars and edibles. Like you literally can find something for your liking. And some people like wine, and there's plenty of wineries and breweries here in Oregon as well. But I'm always going to be, 420 all day, every day. That's just going to be who I am. So, CTE symptoms. What's good, Jacob? How are you? Oh, you on the medication, so no devil's lettuce for you. A different form of oregano. Taysom Hill going to take the tight end spot? Well, that was rumored in the offseason because he's good enough, and now that you have, Carr and you have Jameis, so you don't even need to experiment really with Taysom Hill unless you want to throw him in on third down. But if you throw him in, he's going to run the ball because that's what he does, right? So, they would have to put plays for him on third down to pass the ball. That's when it would be trickery because it would look like he's going to run an RPO and then boom, over the top to Olave, right? So, but if you want to do a double tight end set with Taysom Hill and Juwan Johnson, that's what I would do. But I think Juwan, I would put him at the natural tight end spot and then Taysom as a situational player, move him around. So, I don't think. Juwan Johnson's a normal tight end. Taysom Hill was a quarterback, in college. So, could he do it? Yeah, he could do it. But I think you're going to get better production out of the Oregon Duck, Juwan Johnson. So, and it's not like I don't think Taysom couldn't do it, but I think it would be better to use Taysom as like, kind of like an all-around guy, like a flex. Exactly. See, God, you're just reading my brain, just like a flex. Yes, maybe quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, wherever the fuck you want to put them. You can put them anywhere. Exactly. Exactly. Right. Yep. Fullback. There you go. You know what? Now, like seriousness, he could play that position, and that could really help you guys out. You had him up front, boom, and then getting those holes for the running back crew, the AK-41 and Jamal. That would be awesome. I don't know if they would have that cooking though. If maybe if Sean Payton was there, oh, pass incomplete over his head. Come on, Jameis, a little bit more touch on that throw. Working on the cause. Yeah, here in Oregon, it's all muggy and hot, and it's smoky from the wildfires in the Pacific Northwest. So, tight end, running back, kick coverage, punt coverage, quarterback read option, yeah, RPO. Do I run it? Do I throw it? Do I keep it? Yep. Everything, huh? They're down in 10. Come on, Jameis. Come on, Jameis. Go, go, go. Throw it. Should have went over the top to that receiver over the top. Short of the marker. Did anybody watch the UFC fight last night? Or was I the only one that watched that? Oh, I had so much fun. That was a good one. I love seeing upsets too. I try to watch it every month, but I get pretty busy and whatnot. So $10. Let's get to a hundo. Let's do it. 90 to go. Oh, you didn't see it last night? Oh my God. O'Malley. He's the GOAT. And the first time that I was reading that the first time that UFC uploaded a KO full fight on the UFC YouTube channel was from him. And if you remember Snoop Dogg, well, we heard about him early on and saw him fight O'Malley, and Snoop Dogg's voice. And then you're like, okay. And then he would always have like the clown hair. It'd be like pink or blue. He'd always have it like froed out. And then he got better and better and better. And then obviously had the championship fight at the bantamweight. And I was watching the fight, and he got the obviously that reach came in strong, knocked him down, and O'Malley, and he is going to be a superstar. He already is. And he only weighs 135, which is crazy. Oh, the women's fight with the Chinese girl. God damn, she was beating the shit out of that other girl. Huh? I was like, I felt bad for the other girl. I was like, holy shit.
was like, you're going to get rocked by the champ. But yeah, the women's fight was good. Yeah, but the thing is, it was the O'Malley was surprising because I still think a lot of people thought the champ was going to win. But if the fight was going to, go to O'Malley, a lot of people thought later, third, fourth, fifth round, not second round. That's what made it amazing. So, but I ended up watching a good majority of the fight. So it looks like at least someone watched it besides me. So third down and 25. We go Miller. Just trying to get a couple yards there. And they're going to be able to get this punt going, and we'll see if they can hold the Chargers on this possession. 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. Yeah, but I totally agree. Yeah, but you can go on YouTube and rewatch it, but it was a very, very entertaining. Ice cold, baby. Ice cold. Fourth down and 16. See if we can get a good punt from here, the Saints. I look at every little aspect of the game. I know I'm a nerd like that, but I'm always looking at, the punts, the kicks, special teams. I'm looking at the backups. I'm looking at the rookies, and a lot of times people just don't give a shit about preseason. Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But sometimes little things definitely do matter if there's significant injuries to the starters. And then you're familiar with these guys that are coming in or the rookies that are stepping up, or maybe a rookie from a year or two ago that never really got his footing and then is actually making some waves in preseason. So, yeah, I'm watching that for sure. You already know what that's going to be about. Iggy, the champ. And I doubt that he'll lose, but I'll be watching that one too. Adesanya. I got to go check up on my pup. Let me check on my pup here real quick. Please give me 1 second. Give me like 1 minute and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Just had to give my pup some kisses and make sure that she was good. 7-3 Saints. Let's go, baby. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I got a lot of reading. I got a lot of film study. I really try to watch as many games as I can. I know it sounds crazy, but I mean, since this is my legacy in my life, most people are not going to watch every preseason game, but I try to. Like I said, if I have time and it's late at night and there's a replay on or something, I try to at least, watch as many as I can, when they're going on or with the replays. I got plenty of time, until the next week when those next games start. And then after tomorrow, week 2 is over. And then I do reaction videos, so that will help me, kind of go over some of the highlight package that the NFL shows too. First down and 10. Oh, nice gang tackle by the Saints. Sit the fuck down, Chargers. What are you doing? God damn. Fucking Roach. Smoked his ass. Love it. All right, second down and 9. Stick. He's got time towards the sideline. Incomplete. Third down and 9. 7-3 Saints. I'm ready for these wildfires to be over with. I remember when we had them, like before COVID started, where it was like the sky was all red and orange for like weeks, and it was so bad in the Pacific Northwest. But I mean, it's smoky as shit. Like you can kind of see the sun peeking through, but it looks like it would be overcast, but it's just hot as hell outside. It's like 90 plus. But we had 100 to 106 for 4 days. I've lived here in Oregon my whole life, and in 41 years, I had never have experienced 100 to 106 in 4 days in a row. Like and obviously streaming, while doing that was kind of tough because it gets fucking very hot in this particular room. We have AC in the house, but it's like in the kitchen. So I got like two fans, one on the left, one on the right. But thank God that heat wave is over. 3rd down and 14. See if the Saints defense can get pressure here. Steps up in the middle. Get rid of it. Keeps his eyes downfield, but incomplete. Chargers with the punt. Oh no. You're out there in the Midwest, so you guys have all the crazy weather. Do we have any predictions on the Saints record this year? If you're in the room, you guys can comment below. I kind of want to see where your brain is and what you guys are thinking. But give me the Saints record and the Chargers record this year. What do you guys think? All right, see if the Saints can get some more points here before halftime. Wow, 100 for 5 days in a row. Well, I guess I got to stop bitching about my 4, but I've never experienced that here in Oregon, though. You guys are used to that. I'm not, so. But even if you're not used to it, you guys have it more often than I do. That sucks. I'm sorry. 1st down and 10, shotgun set. What happened to my hands? You got to have a little bit more touch on those passes, Jameis. Chargers, you got the Dolphins, you got the Titans, you got the Vikings, Raiders, a bye week, and then Dallas. Why the hell do the Chargers have a bye week at week 5? Christ, that's terrible. You want to have that bye week later, not week 5. Fuck. Little check down. Yeah. What's the goal for Saints fans this year? Win the NFC South and make the NFC Championship game? Now that you have Carr and Jamal? Olave, Mike Thomas, and you have the Ramczyk, you got the whole crew. Is that the goal? It might be kind of a high goal, but I mean, I wouldn't see, obviously you want to get to the playoffs. You want to win a game, but if you're going to be maybe the 3rd best team in the NFC, I mean, someone's got to play the Eagles and Niners. Why not you? And you guys have more depth. Ooh, nice catch. You guys have more depth than the Seahawks or the Packers. So if those teams are below you, and those teams could be possibly kind of good, But based off depth, on the roster, you got to think Eagles, Niners, Saints, I got to be the 3 deepest teams in the NFC top to bottom. Seahawks have holes. Packers have holes. Cowboys, Giants have holes. They'll still be okay, but nice catch. 1st down, Saints. Yeah, I'm liking it too. Play action fake. Plenty of time. Get rid of it, Jameis, you idiot. There we go. Jameis always hangs on to the football way too long, man. You already know it, man. You already know it. Yeah, I'm thinking 10 to 13 wins. 10 if things don't go well and there's injuries, and then 11, 12, or 13 if things go amazing. 13 is like best case scenario, but I think 11 or 12 is kind of what I'm thinking. So I think we're on the same page. Because you got to think you might go 6-0 in the division. The Bucks, Falcons, and Panthers are going to be booty. So you could literally go 5-1 or 6-0 in the division. Hell, at the very worst, 4-2, but it should be 5-1 or 6-0. Honestly, I know there's rivalries, but still, if you guys play Saint football, who dat football, you guys should be able to get 6 wins right there. And I know you'll be able to get more than that. That's what they're looking at. Yeah, everyone's going to be looking at Blake Snell. Elliott's not going to be happy about that. They're going to lose him. 3rd down and 3. Let's. Oh, it's 12 noon. You know what time it is? A Charger sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Big sack lunch. All right, Saints with the punt. Fair catch called around the 20-yard line. We got 3 minutes to go. Let's see if the Chargers can put up at least a field goal or get into the red zone. Uh-oh. 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 Picked off. Pick City. Little play action bootleg. Right, everyone goes right. He goes left, throwing against his body, dummy. Right to him. He said, give me that. Give me that. You got to be smarter than that, Easton Stick. You go on the bootleg opposite of your body, throwing like that, thinking you're going to complete it. Great awareness by the Saints. And now we're going to get a touchdown, and they're going to go up 14-3. Let's get it. 1st down and 10. Don't fuck this up, Jameis. Hand that ball off. There we go. There we go. Holding on the line. Kramer. Staley is a garbage coach. Chargers are never going to do anything. The Chargers are just going to continue to Charger unless they replace him. They need to get a better O-line, better defensive players that don't get hurt every year, and they need a better head coach. You know, they're ruining Justin Herbert's potential. Like at some point, that motherfucker's got to leave and go somewhere else. Or they got to get rid of the coach and rebuild. Jameis, incomplete. That would have been complete if he was throwing to Manute Bol or Sean Bradley. Come on, Jameis. All right, 2nd down and long. Oh, what happened to my hands? I was trying to find my fucking chapstick earlier, right when that pick happened. I was like, no. It's like, where the fuck did it go? It's the wildfires. It's just like the air quality. You got to make sure that you're keeping hydrated and everything too. But I can definitely tell with like the weather changing, it's like you got to make sure that you're adjusting to everything. And I'm always outside too, walking Paisley, so can't get the lips to get chapped. All right, 3rd down and 20. Now I feel better. 7-3 Saints. Jameis, little check down, screen pass, blocker downfield. I can't believe they're only going to get a field goal out of this drive. Again, if it was Carr, they would have got a touchdown. So, yep. All right, 4th down and 12. 2-minute warning. All right, so let's throw up some photos. Anything that you guys want to end up seeing Saint-wise or Charger-wise, just let me know. But we'll go through some of these photos here. Got to keep busy during the commercial break. Colston, baby. Big fan. I'm a big fan of him. Super underrated. And this guy will be a goal line back fucking problem. Like, no one's going to be able to stop that on the goal line. He's a cool dude, also. I like guys that, like do the anime thing and then, that are just chill. Like, they don't have to be like everyone else. They have their own things, that they like. And he's one of the most unique, I think, NFL players that's in the game, not only this year, but ever. I would love to have him on my team. He just seems really humble and genuine. Anybody notice anything different about Carr this year? Look at his arms. Ripped. It's going to be a lot of fun for the Saints this year. Nice. I actually pulled up photos for Mo Gumbo, who's a Saint fan. And yeah, I'll do some Ironhead here at halftime for sure. Yeah, it's college football. I can't wait. I can't wait. You know it. You know it, dude. Absolutely. Yeah, and Olave. Yeah. Well, just being real, Titans are not going to be good this year. It's going to be a long fucking year. I mean, at least you got Derrick Henry. You know what I mean? But the quarterback room is a mess. The defense typically, is one of the strong suits. But you guys don't really have anybody at wide receiver, so it's going to be a long year. Just being honest. But if you're a real Titan fan, then you probably already know that. Like the Jags will be good, and then everyone else in the division is going to struggle. Colts will struggle, Titans will struggle, and the Texans will struggle. But if you end up being bad and you end up getting a top pick, that could help, moving forward. So got to keep it in that perspective. Like I'm going to be bad. I know it. I mean, I hope I'm the worst team in football. I hope I'm literally 0-17. So. All right, 10-3 Saints, first down and 10. Shotgun set. Wow, what a catch. First down, Chargers. Stick with the throw. What a catch. That was nice. First down and 10. Stick, batted down. Brzee, I like Brzee. He's making plays. Dude, everything that I've seen on him has been like eye-opening. Like I'm like trying to do the people's eyebrow. Yeah, he's definitely like making more plays than I ever anticipated. Stick. Hightower with the catch. Saints are on their heels a little bit here. See if they can stop them. Shotgun set. First down and 10. Stick. Get him from behind. Get him. Oh, wow. First down, Chargers. Now it looks like they're going to tie the game up. They keep playing like that, it's going to be 10-10. Obviously, man coverage, so you can go. And Stick has got speed. We know that as he runs into his own man. Shotgun set. Draw. Oh, nice cutback. Oh, oh. First down, Chargers. Yeah. Okay. Nice run. Nice. Blue Chains. But you don't got any wide receivers. You might have the worst wide receiving core in the NFL. Your wide receiving core is trash. There's nobody there. And then anyone that you do have, they get injured. Right? Henry's a beast. He's still one of the top 5 backs in the NFL. You got all these quarterback options, but you don't know what you're doing, right? Offensive line is not as good as it used to be. Defense has players, and I like the defense like Simmons. Jeffrey Simmons is a beast, right? Fired, at safety, even though he's getting older, but you still are having holes there. The defense isn't complete. The O-line is not complete. Who's going to be the quarterback, right? It's like you're not really sure on what you're doing, and the wide receiving core is terrible. Like literally, out of all the teams in the NFL, it might be the worst wide receiving core I've ever seen in my life. And I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm just trying to be real. Like they don't have anybody. I mean, it was one thing when you had AJ Brown, but the AJ Brown replacement you drafted keeps getting fucking hurt. Yeah, but the thing is, that's not really saying a whole lot. The Jaguars are better. Stick. Touchdown, Chargers. Yeah, aging Hopkins. But who's going to throw him the ball? He's old. I mean, he'll be one of their better options, And like I said, but I evaluate every team, and I'm looking. It's not, it's not trying to be an asshole because my team might be the worst team in football. But I'm just saying the Titans need to get better receivers, and not D-Hop. They need to be able to get better ones. And until they get their A.J. Brown, again, it's going to be a long, long road. Especially out of the three quarterbacks. Like, what are you doing there? Like, who is it going to be? Like, you drafted Malik, and then you pretty much gave up on him before you even gave him a real shot, And you have no receivers for him to throw to. So how are you evaluating the quarterback if he's got no one to throw to? You know what I'm saying? And Levis is garbage. Tannehill's getting older. So I don't know. Like I said, you guys already had your run. When Tannehill was healthy and you had A.J. Brown, then you guys were like the best in the South. But you're nowhere near what you were with that talent that you had back then. Now, I still love Jeffrey Simmons and Byard, and I love Derrick Henry, but you can't have like three studs out of 22 and think that you're going to win the division. You know what I'm saying? Like Texans, Titans, Colts are not going to be good. They're going to be bad this year. So you'll see. Now, the Jags will repeat as division winner, more than likely. Bucks are terrible. Baker Mayfield, John Wolford, Kyle Trask. Just because you beat the Jets in preseason doesn't mean shit. Plus, I want the first pick in the draft. I want Caleb Williams. I want Drake May. So, as long as I can end up getting the first pick or second pick, I'm good. We're not up at 10. Yeah, but the thing is, when you talk about Arizona, that's just what people say on NFL Network, and that's what you're copying your opinion from. Just because NFL Network and ESPN say that Arizona is going to be the worst, and everyone hops on that bandwagon. But are they really going to be the worst? They're going to be bad, but they still got Kyler Murray, even though we know that he's not as good as people think he is. But I feel like a lot of the Arizona talk is brainwashing, just like how the NFL Network and a lot of social media brainwashes you to hate the Cowboys and the Patriots for no reason. It's like they don't even have Tom Brady and Gronk anymore. I mean, they suck now. There's no point of hating on the Patriots anymore. Unless you want to hate based off Kraft and Belichick and all the cheating from the past, but they're going to be in last place every year. Belichick is just collecting a paycheck now. He knows that they're garbage. So. But I want to be the worst team, so that way I can end up getting the franchise QB. And if we end up being like, the worst, second worst, third worst, fourth worst, fifth worst, who cares? I'm going to be bad. I don't expect to win any games this year. Oh, nice catch. Nice. First down, Saints. Awesome. There we go. First down, Nolans. So you're telling me that not every single outlet has been saying Arizona throughout the whole offseason? Come on, bro. But we'll see. I mean, there's going to be bad and there's going to be terrible. I mean, what are we talking? The bottom 5 teams are going to win, 5 games or less? So if like the Bucks win 3 and Arizona wins 2 or 4, I mean, it doesn't fucking matter. Everyone's going to be bad. I mean, like the bottom 10 teams are going to all be right next to each other. Floater? Did you get that? Oh, incomplete. But the thing is that we don't want to win. You brought in Baker Mayfield and Wolford with Trask to be the worst team in football or one of the bottom 5. So that way we can get our franchise. We're not trying to win. If we win 7, 8 games, that defeats the purpose of trying to get Caleb Williams or Drake May. We need a franchise QB. I don't want to be sitting here with fucking Baker Mayfield and Wolford and Kyle Trask. Those guys are all ass. Jacksonville is not overrated. They will win the division again. Field goal is good. 13-10 Saints. Well, hopefully my Mariners can beat you, but you guys have been good this year. So we'll see how it goes. Rangers, Astros, Mariners are on the prowl. So we'll see what happens. But realistically, anybody can come out of the American League. It could be Rangers, Astros, Mariners, Blue Jays, Rays, but they got the whole Wander Franco thing with the 14-year-old girl. Not a good look. Orioles, they're pretty nice. And then obviously it should be Braves or Dodgers. I don't think anyone else in the National League can compete. So we'll see. But Rangers could make it. But they're not going to beat the Braves, though. I mean, I don't know how many teams could beat the Braves, but I would assume the Braves are going to win it all. I mean, if they don't win it, it's going to be on them. The only team that can beat the Braves is the Braves. I'm glad the Stros got swept. It felt good. First time since 2018. Oh yeah, Yankees and Red Sox are Yankees can't even hit. They can't even hit, let alone win a game. So they're not going to be in. And Boston won't be in either. The last wild card spot will come down to Mariners and Blue Jays unless we surpass the Rangers or Astros or catch up, and we'll go from there. But Rangers, Astros, Mariners, Blue Jays, Orioles, Rays, that's where it's at. And then National League, Dodgers, Braves. So we'll see. I'm going to do some reaction videos after this game is over. I'm going to go check up on my pup. If there's any photos that anyone wants to see, let me know. Type them into the chat, and then we'll have this little intermission, and then we'll get back to the second half here in just a minute. All right, so give me like a minute or two, and you guys can kind of talk within yourselves. And if there's anything that you guys want to see photo-wise, let me know. Yeah, the graphic. Yeah, he had better stats than the Yankees did as a team. It's just wild. Julio is a freak. Love him. All right, give me a minute. All right, I'm back. I'm going to get some Iron Head up here for my boy Calvin. One sec here. Good old Craig. If there's any other players that you guys want to be able to take a peek at, just let me know, and try to just pass the time here while we wait for halftime to end. Anything going on in the sport world right now, Sarah, that you can bring in the chat? Anything that's crazy or anything going on? I got a lot of work. I got a bunch of reaction videos I got to start popping off either tonight or tomorrow morning. I got to walk Paisley, but I'm going to check the weather, see how hot it is right now. Let's take a look at the weather. Currently, mostly cloudy because of the fires. 86. It's going to get all the way up to 90. Or it was 90, and now it's 86. And then 81, 77, 82. That's nice. A little bit of a drop off. Partly cloudy because of the fires, though. What is this? Nats 4, Phillies 0. See if there's anything other news-wise that's going on. Oh yeah, I forgot this Sunday schedule. They don't have any baseball games on. They only have the Nats and Phillies is the last one, and then everything else is already finished. And shout out to the Mariners and Julio, my boy. 69 and 55. God damn. Feels good. And he only went 1 for 5 today, but to go 4 for 4, 5 for 5, 4 for 4, that was pretty sweet. Nice little stretch there. This is what it's about right here in baseball, baby. Right now. Mariners. And it's cool that he's a good two-way player, too. So that way we get the offense and we get the defense. But I'll have to decide because I'm not really, I don't know, I'm not really feeling like the Commanders and the Ravens. I mean, I think I would probably rather do the Mariners. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it just depends on who shows up. Normally, football streams are going to get a little bit more support and whatnot, but I think tomorrow, I mean, since Castillo is pitching, maybe we'll do the Mariner game tomorrow. I'll cover the football game like on the side, but I'm kind of leaning towards more the Mariner game against the White Sox. But I don't know. Maybe I'll have a change of heart tomorrow, and maybe we'll do the NFL game. I don't know. I just don't know how much. Like obviously, it's like if Lamar is out there, that's one thing. But I mean, does anyone really give a shit about the Ravens and Commander game tomorrow? I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll have to do one or the other. But that's what's on the schedule for tomorrow. The Commanders and the Ravens, or the Mariners and the White Sox. One of those two matchups. So we'll see. Yeah, well, Byron, I did end up watching that. I took a nap and I wanted to get some sleep, before I ended up doing the stream. But I did see that Byron won Watkins Glen. Yeah, he's awesome. He might win the championship this year. And obviously for the teammate for Chase Elliott, I mean, he's got one more opportunity, one more race, and I don't think he deserves, even if he were to get it. But I highly doubt that he will. So moral of the story: if you're Chase Elliott, don't fucking ski and snowboard during NASCAR because you just fucked your whole year up. So, but we'll see how things go. Here, I'll throw up a William Byron while we're waiting. It's cool to be able to see someone kind of emerge, because it was always Chase Elliott and It's always Kyle Larson, so it's kind of nice to be able to get like the third best guy might be the first best guy this year. So Hendrick Motorsports, you know what they're doing? Championships. But congratulations to William Byron at Watkins Glen today. Let me see if I can actually find one from today. Yeah, I do miss doing the NASCAR streams, but again, you got to have the proper support to do them. So, but I do enjoy doing the races, though. I mean, I usually try to keep an eye on them. All right, 13-10 Saints. Second half kickoff is just coming up here right around the corner. If Jameis starts somewhere else, that team that gets him is going to be asked. So the answer is no. They're like, should Jameis be starting somewhere else? Yeah, if you want your team to suck. Yeah, desperate times is desperate measures. When you're like the number one popular driver and you've been looking up, trying to catch up to everybody else. You know, but like I said, it's like, what have you done for me? Type, what have you done for me lately? Type of thing, and yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. Well, hopefully, he can get back on track next year. But I mean, unless he wins the race next week, he's not getting into the playoffs. And even if he does, he's not going to win the championship. I mean, there's going to be other drivers that look much, much better. But again, all you got to do is get in and get hot at the right time. So, these kickoffs they're for preseason are way too long. They need to end the preseason halftime and cut it down a little bit. But I guess people have to go to the bathroom and change and put other cleats on, have a little game plan for the second half. So I get it, but hopefully I mean, 13-10, it's better than 3-0. So Finley, who's your prediction on who's going to win the championship this year? Oh, here we go. We're already back. Good. All right, here we go. Second half about to start. Hope everyone's having a fantastic Sunday. And then as soon as this is done, I'll try to, go into a couple reaction videos if I have the time tonight. And if I don't, then I'll go into that tomorrow. Obviously, very, very heavy for probably about 5 or 6 hours. Oh, shake and bake. 25-yard line. Decent return there for the Saints. Oh, he's open. Go, go, go. Yes. First down, Saints. Move the chains. Wow. Kirkland. That was dope. Nice choice. I could see any of those three. Agreed. Joey Logano hasn't been as good as he normally is, throughout the regular season, which is a little surprising to me. But Byron, has probably still a couple wins away from Logano and a few others, especially with as many wins that he has. So, but a lot of times it's like Kyle Busch, Joey Logano. You can't really count them out if they're in the playoffs. Martin Truex Jr. Actually has been pretty damn good this year too. I wouldn't be shocked if he got hot at the right time, but Byron has to be the favorite based on how many wins that he's had this year. But obviously with Kyle Busch, yeah, I agree. Can never count out certain guys though. Second down and 4. Play action. Nice pass. Touchdown Saints. Wow. Oh, incomplete. Oh. Oh, he didn't hold on. Oh, how did he drop that? I was going to say, wow, what a good play right here. Look at that. Zip on that pass, and it falls out. Come on. You have it. Damn. Oh, third down and 4. That was a crisp pass, too. There goes screen. Good tackle by the Chargers. That's a field goal party. I was going to say, damn, Saints coming out with a fury, a vengeance coming out in the second half. Swapped out the quarterbacks, swapped everybody out, and then came with the same energy. Fourth down and 3. Are they going for it? Wow, they're going for it? What? Okay. Fourth and 3. Bootleg. He's open. First down. Nolans. Move the chains. Who dat? They look good. Make up for that drop pass in the end zone. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Nice. Move the chains. Yeah. Punch it in, baby. Punch it in. First and goal. Let's go. NFC South, baby. Touchdown, Saints. But there's a flag on the play, laundry on the field. Yeah. Little rub route. Yeah. That's coming back. Maybe. Give them the touchdown. They look great on that drive. Just give it to them. Now, it's a long ass discussion. Is it a pick or not? Is it a rub route or not? Get it together, refs. Wow. PI? Edwards? Oh, he was pushing him backwards. Okay, I see it now. Come on, Edwards, be better. Can't play like you're still on the Raiders. All right, let's see now. You already got robbed a couple times. Let's see eventually if he'll punch it in. Shotgun set. Incomplete. He got popped. Intended. Tight end and receiver Kroll. Hayner. That's a late hit on Hayner. That'll be automatic first down. Unnecessary roughness on the quarterback. It's a penalty party. So many penalties. Automatic first down. Damn, trying to injure his ass, huh? First and goal. Oh, amazing. I had just enough for a meal in the morning when I woke up, and it was amazing. Mongolian beef, and then like kind of like a marinated, kind of like an orange chicken, but at like a high-end restaurant type, and then pork fried rice. Oh my God, so good. Fade route, incomplete. Yeah, the total of the bill, I think was like I think I gave him like a $10 or $11 tip, so I think I paid like 60 total, but it was worth it. I mean, I'm not going to be able to afford that or do that all the time or whatever, but sometimes you got to treat yourself, you know. But the Mongolian beef was a 10 out of 10. The sauce on it was just a killer. Like, it's so good. Like, I've never had that type of taste with that flavor. And when you go there, they have the kitchen like Gordon Ramsay, where it's clear. So you look to your left when you're eating, and you can see the workers like making the food, and everything is like a window. Very cool, very high end place, and they have like 5 cooks back there, you know, cooking stuff up, chopping, and you can see everything like from your seat, even though we were in the booth on the other side of the restaurant. But yeah, it was delicious. But then I had just enough for one meal this morning, and then it was gone. You know, a couple pieces of a pineapple and the orange sauce for the orange chicken, and then probably about 10 or 12 pieces of the Mongolian beef, and then a container of that pork fried rice, which was killer. Floater, touchdown, extra point, touchdown, Saints. I mean, how many times do they have to go before they get a touchdown, huh? Do we have another flag? God damn. Pass interference on the offense again. Are you kidding me? We've already had like 3 Saints touchdowns that have gotten taken back. What the hell is going on here? Crab legs back in. Everyone doing these goddamn rub routes. Like, didn't they learn after they got the penalty before? They're just fucking with the Saints. I mean, they are doing things. It's not like they're not doing anything. Malarkey. Okay. First and goal. Why did they put Jameis back in? Did the other receiver or other quarterback get hurt off that late hit? It's like I wanted to see him and get some reps. All right, let's go. Come on now. Third and goal. Like, stop pushing off and stop doing rub routes. Just get in the end zone. Shotgun set, third and goal. But now they're so far back. And a garbage pass by Jameis. What's new? With pressure. Now they got to settle for a fucking field goal. Jameis, boo! Put in the other quarterback. We already saw Jameis for a half. The other quarterback looked nice. I mean, unless he's injured. Kind of came out of the gates with some swagger, you know? All right, 33-yarder. Big nuts, Will Lutz. This is automatic. Let's go, baby. 33-yarder. Big nuts, Will Lutz. Kick is up. He's got the distance, and it's good. Should have been, 19, but I guess we'll take the 16 or higher. 20. Should have been 20 to 10 at this point, but I guess we'll take the 16. I don't think I've ever seen that many penalties and that many touchdowns getting robbed over and over. I mean, it's been a minute. Unfortunate, too, because like I said, the third stringer was actually looking halfway decent. That's a good question. I hope that they win 10. I want them to win the division, but the Packers probably have the most talented team. The Vikings won it last year, but they're not as good as last year. No Dalvin Cook, Thielen, O-line, and the defense look a little bit, ripped up a little bit. So the Lions are, they're on the cusp, but I just don't know if they have enough to win the division. Maybe they can beat the wild card and maybe take the Viking spot. But all three teams, I think, have talent to get 10 wins. But it just the matter is who's going to get 10 out of those three. Maybe two teams could get 10, but which two? Packers and Lions? Packers and Vikings? Lions and Vikings? Lions and Packers? I mean, I don't know if anyone knows. It all depends with Jordan Love. If the Vikings O-line and defense can step up, or if the Lions can break the curse, But I'm rooting for the Lions. I always do. I like Goff and the Goff offense. Oh, Elijah Dobson. Hell yeah. Here we go. All right, Saints with the kickoff. 16-10. Nolan Saints. Let's go. Now, as far as like reaction videos go, is there any specific games for the people that are in the room that you would want me to do first based off all the preseason games in week 2? I mean, I already kind of have an idea of which ones that I'm going to start with, but if there's any games that you guys, have seen or based off the score that look a little more intriguing based off the highlight packages and whatnot, let me know. But obviously, I was going to do the Cowboys and Seahawks. That might be one of the first ones I start with, and then I'll, try to do as many as I can. Probably we'll do 10 or 12, out of the 16 games. So, Saints. I'm not an idiot. Saints should win the division for the next couple years easily. And then Falcons will get second place. And then, probably Panthers third and then Bucks fourth. Oh, LaDainian Tomlinson, LT. What's good? Yeah, but I'll probably start with that Seahawks. The Seahawks Cowboys first. The Steelers one. Okay. I mean, I did 12 out of the 16 games in week 1, so I'm going to probably do 10 or 12 of the matchups in week 2, 10 or 12 in week 3, and then I'm going to try to do as many as I can and when we get in the regular season, because that's when people are going to actually really want to watch them. So, but I'm just getting prepared, and then I'm going to see if I can end up doing more of a transparent look where I don't have a box around me, where I'm just like blended in with the screen. So I might be able to do that once I figure, this all game wraps up and whatnot. So. A-Rod, Beltre, Cliffley. Yeah, absolutely. Plus, you got to think, I've been a Mariner fan since '85. I mean, I met Ken Griffey Jr. when I was 7. I don't know if you've been in this room before or not, but obviously, people that know me, I wouldn't be Northwest Sports Fanatics if I didn't meet Ken Griffey Jr. When I was 7 years old in his rookie year and got his autograph. And then my dad, has been a Dodger fan since the '50s, and I still got the autographs and everything to this day. And my dad's a Dodger fan since the '50s, so obviously his hero is Sandy Koufax. So I met Koufax when I was 10. I met Griffey when I was 7, and that kind of changes your life forever. And then I go to games with my dad as often as we can. So. True that, bro. But also, too, we've only had 4 good years, in 35 years. Like, what I'm saying? Like, 95 slide, with Griffey, right? With Edgar Martinez. 97, where Griffey won the American League MVP. 2001, Ichiro's rookie year, when we won 1 billion games, but then we lost to the fucking Yankees. And then last year. So, for me, I know I look young, but I'm 41. So I've been watching Mariner baseball since like the mid 80s. So around 85, 86, 87. So, I've already started watching it when I was very, very young. So I've only really experienced 4 good years, out of 35 of watching it roughly. So, I think that since we got Julio, though, the next 15 years are going to be the best stretch that we've ever had. And depending on if we get Shohei Ohtani or not next year, I still think the Mariners are going to be very good and contenders, from here on out until Julio gets old and retired. So, we might be able to make a World Series one day, I hope. We might be able to, make a few ALCSs, and I know we'll make quite a few ALDSs. But the goal is to go ALDS, ALCS, and then eventually World Series, and then World Series and win it. So, but we'll see. I know it's crazy that a lot of people, they're like, "There's just no way." I always get carded, still, no matter what it is. But yeah, I guess I gotta thank my mom and my dad for the genetics and whatnot, for her being Asian, being Japanese, and then my dad being Czechoslovakian and European. I mean, there's like Czechoslovakian, Russian, probably like a little German and French, and there's you throw a dart at a European globe or a map, and I probably have a little bit of that in me. So, but mostly European, and then obviously Japanese. So got the good skin, from a mama. Oh, it's 12 noon. You know what time it is? Time for a sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. But I feel like my energy is going to be a college kid, like I've said in the past, like 18 to 22. I feel my brain will be like 50 to 90 because I'm always learning and reading and doing film study. And I always like to be able to learn from you guys, and I always like to learn something new. So I feel like I got the Yoda brain, but I got the, the appearance, and the energy of someone younger. So. Second down and 16. Shotgun set. Still got Stick out there. But you might as well have Stick play because, again, if he's only played a couple snaps in his career, and then obviously with Rivers and Herbert, at least let the guy play in preseason. Might as well, unless you feel like third string there isn't anybody. But third down and 9. Shotgun set. Saints bring the blitz. Oh, what a hit. That's what I was thinking, but I guess we have to wait and see. I mean, there's no point of Stick playing the whole 4 quarters, but at this point, I mean, nothing surprises me in preseason. So, but I would assume, but with Stick playing in the third quarter makes me kind of feel that they're trying to win the game. Because if they weren't trying to win, then they would just throw in Max, right? But if you don't give a shit or whatever, but if you're really trying to win, then maybe you're trying to have that guy in there for one extra quarter. Instead of playing 2, he's playing 3. 4th and 6, and they're going for it. Pass incomplete. Turnover on downs. What's for dinner tonight? What's everybody eating for dinner tonight? God, I haven't had a whole lot of food besides I had that Chinese food earlier this morning, but I don't know, but I'm starving. Oh yeah, that would be good. That would be good. And like I said, I don't think Mariner fans and Ranger fans really hate each other. I think it's more of like mutual respect. Our main rival is going to be obviously the Astros and the Angels. A's are just so terrible. It's like I don't even think we can have a rivalry with. They can't have a rivalry with anybody. But I don't really have anything really necessarily bad to say about the Rangers. They've been a good team all season, but a big reason you guys are so good, obviously, is your manager. So if you end up bringing Bochy and you end up having the experience from the Giants and those World Series, and then you bring that over, that's a big reason why you guys elevated so quickly, besides just the talent that you have. But yeah, that would be a good series for sure. Yeah, I definitely would like to leapfrog the Astros, but the Astros still, even though we swept them, they're dangerous. I feel that I'm not really sure anyone out of the American League could beat the Braves. If it ends up being like the Dodgers or some other random team like the Phillies last year, then the American League can win the World Series. But if it ends up being the Braves, I'm not sure if I can see any team really beating them in a 7-game series. Like I think maybe Rangers or Orioles or Rays or whoever, Mariners, Blue Jays. Maybe we win 2 games, but could we actually win 3 or 4? I don't know. I mean, if Houston can turn it around, to me, they might be the only team that could win maybe 3 or actually win it all. As of right now, they don't look very good, but they usually turn it up, another level once they go into the playoffs. You know what I mean? So Maximus, yeah, I've said the Braves already since the beginning of the year. They have the pitching staff, they have the hitting, they have the manager, they have the good bullpen, they got the good relievers, they got good closers, Spencer Strider, Acuna stealing 1 billion bags and getting all the home runs. Olsen is a god. They got, and even their role players are amazing. Like if you look at their core, this is going to be a dynasty. It won't surprise me if the Braves in the next 7 years win at least 2 World Series. Like it looks very possible that they could win 1, 2, maybe even 3. But 3 is kind of stretching it though because baseball is so competitive. So I'll just say 1 or 2 in the next 5 to 7 years. I think would be very possible. Or the Braves might be good enough to go back to back at some point too if they don't win it this year. But definitely, I would say the Braves are by far the best. But again, they are beatable. The Dodgers are hot, and the Dodgers are probably the only team in the National League that could beat them. So other than that, no one else. But in the American League, you got Orioles, you got Rangers, you got the Rays, you got the Mariners, you got the Blue Jays. There's many teams there, that could put up a fight. So there's definitely more talent in the American League than the National League, hands down. You got 6 to 8 really good quality teams that no one knows how far they're going to go. And then you just got the Dodgers and the Braves, and that's it. And then there's others, but no one strikes fear besides those 2, in my opinion. So, well, they have to do the investigation, with the girl and, how old he was when they hooked up and how old she is. Obviously, a lot of the people in the media are saying he may never play again. But that's terrible for the Rays and for him if he's a sexual predator. And also, how much they invested in him. He's the Julio Rodriguez of their team. And, all his baseball cards were worth so much money and they were going up. And then now, to throw all that away for something like that. But I feel that from some of the stories, I got to get more of the details. But it sounds like the girl has tried to extort money from him already before in the past and maybe didn't succeed. So now is trying to do whatever it takes to be able to get money. But if he's not in the MLB anymore, there's no money. So I don't know. We'll see where it goes. But definitely, it helps out the Rangers and the Orioles and the Mariners and the Blue Jays with the Rays fumbling the bag like they are with Wander Franco. There's a lot of drama on the side. So I would say that the Rays have a very minimal chance to represent the American League because they have way too much drama surrounding that scenario. So for real though, yeah, agreed. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see because their stadium is dog shit. I mean, think of it like all the stadiums that need to be renovated. That's one of the worst ones in baseball. Absolutely, 100% facts. I agree with you. We'll see. But definitely terrible for them when they started off the year like 15, 16 and 0, and they were so amazing. And then now this, Wander Franco shit comes out. It's like worst possible timing, of everything. And now other teams are starting to catch up too, like the Mariners. So they're definitely looking over their shoulder. They're not like, oh, I'm first and then we're going to go to the World Series this year. Now they're like, oh, God, the Orioles are good. Oh, God, the Mariners are getting hot. Oh, shit, the Rangers are still good. So you got a lot of other teams that are willing to beat their ass, and we'll see where it goes. So, but I'll tell you what, baseball playoffs are going to be so fucking exciting this year. They were exciting last year. They're exciting every year. But again, two teams in the National League, Dodgers, Braves, not that much excitement unless we get a Phillies that comes out of nowhere, which might happen, but I doubt it this year, right? And then in the American League, I mean, who's it going to be? I mean, there literally is 6 legitimate teams that could make it, maybe 7. So it'll be really fun. I'll tell you that. Wow, really? Well, they need to sell the team. You know what I mean? The fans have boycotted. If you have a 20 or 30,000 capacity, stadium, and you have 1,000 people show up, or like 1,800, obviously they don't care about winning. They don't care about spending money, and then you want to be able to bring it to a market where they will spend money and they will appreciate. Think about it. People are drunk in Vegas. They love to go to events, right? They love to go see singing, performing, circus, Taylor Swift, whoever, Bieber, right? So the Raiders, whatever. They're going to spend money. So if you brought baseball there, even baseball fans, that are hardcore, of course they would go. But you would get people that don't even give a shit about baseball that would go, and that would help not only the economy, but that would help the A's. So I am for them selling the team and relocating because for them being dog shit every year. I mean, I already got to deal with them, the Royals, and the Nats every year. It's kind of I was actually hoping that they would come to Oregon because then, I'd still be a Mariner fan, but I would go to games for the Portland A's. I definitely would go, maybe to go see the other team coming in, but, obviously Vegas has got more room, got more money, got more area to build the stadium and whatnot. So, but I am for the move. I think it'll be good for baseball. Like it's pitching. That's a big part. Starting pitching, mid relievers, closers. Bobby Witt didn't even really get going last year. I went to see Bobby Witt and Julio play last year as rookies, and I got a Julio foul ball. I was lucky enough, and I got to be able to see 2 or 3 games in the set. But again, Bobby Witt didn't really get going like Michael Harris did and Julio did last year. Now Bobby is playing like we thought he was last year. But remember, they had him at third base last year. Now he's playing short. So he can play 2 positions, but that's another part of it. Salvador Perez is a stud. Michael Garcia is a stud. And they got a couple guys, but 3 guys out of a full team ain't going to cut it. You got Michael Garcia leadoff. You got Salvador Perez, the underrated catcher who's awesome. I love him. He rips up the Mariners every time we play. And then Bobby Witt Jr. is the best player. But what about the pitching? Pitching is straight up booty cheeks, and that's in my opinion, that's why. And also it's the culture. You have to be able to have the culture turn around. Like Corbin Carroll came to the Diamondbacks, and at one point they were ahead of the Dodgers. You could tell the swagger is there, but you got to be able to have more in Kansas City. You're used to Bo Jackson, Brett Saberhagen, Flash Gordon, the old George Brett. You need to get back to the glory days. So now you got one and Bobby Witt, and then maybe Salvador Perez and Garcia, but you got to get some pitching. Otherwise you're just going to be dog shit. That's what I think. So all the dumpster juice, you already know. I know. I mean, Royals should be better than the A's and the Nats as well, but all of them are just going to be drinking that dumpster water all day, all night. You know, it just sucks. I don't like seeing teams be bad forever. That's why, even though I'm a Buck fan, I root for the Lions every year. I hate seeing the fan base miserable. But now you're starting to see that they're getting close, where they may be able to get the wild card this year, and then maybe in the next 3 to 4 years, maybe they'll win the division. Rodgers is no longer there, so now it's a little open. So, but I root for the Royals to get better. No, but the A's, it's just like the management and the ownership. They're not spending money and they don't care about winning. I mean, I've never seen a professional team that's got 20, 30, 40, 50,000 capacity, and then they have 1,000 people show up to the game. Like, what the fuck? I mean, I guess if you want to go get memorabilia, that's the best place to go. Because hell, if I lived there, I would be like fucking like Hampel. I would be like him. I'd probably get so many baseballs if I was going to games every day. I could probably get a couple baseballs every game I went to. Hell, you could buy a ticket for the outfield and sneak down to the front row. And you wouldn't even have to necessarily be an A's fan. You could just be a fan of the other teams coming in. So, yeah. But the thing is if they leave, right? I don't like teams leaving ever. Like, I think the Chargers should still be in San Diego. The Rams should still be in St. Louis, in my opinion. I don't like teams leaving. But if the ownership is that bad, something's got to change. And I've never seen ownership as worse as this in sports. You know what I'm saying? So if they're not going to put the money in and they're not going to try to win, then at some point, yes, the history is cool, but it's not like Carney Langsford and Walt Weiss and Jose Canseco and Mark McGuire and Dennis Eckersley and Dave Stewart are coming back in the building. You know what I'm saying? We're not going back to that time period. Ozzie Canseco is not walking back in the building. Okay? A lot of throwback names for you. 2nd down and 6. And I don't want them to leave either, but again, they need to be able to bring the sport, back to where it needs to be, where people can actually appreciate that, All right, less than 4 minutes to go, 16-10 Saints. And yeah, like I said, normally I don't like teams leaving the city or anything, or even the Raiders leaving either, But sometimes it needs to happen. It's good for the economy. It'll be good for the fan base. They'll actually get fans that want to be there and pay money to see the players, and the players will feel appreciated. I mean, could you imagine being an A's player and showing up to the stadium with 1,000 people there? You'd feel like shit. Like you're getting paid $1 million or whatever, but that's a terrible feeling to me. Like no one's even rooting for you, But they understand it's the ownership, not the players, but still, they go hand in hand. So nice. Where you're getting deployed to, stay safe. Hayner, 3rd down and 4. They always say I got him back in the game. There we go. 1st down, Saints. Yeah, where's the defense? Taking a nap back there. Handoff. Merriweather with a gain of about 2. 2nd down and 8. Yeah, Saints are going to be fun to watch. A lot of the fan base got pissed and kind of gave up. They were like, "Fuck Jameis Winston" when he was on the Bucs. Then the Saints got him, and they were treating him like it was his long lost brother, and they were defending him to the end of the earth. But then now I think they start to realize that he's injury prone. He actually really isn't that good. He can. He's not going to win you games all the time. Sometimes he'll make a big touchdown pass and it looks good, but again, he's not worthy of being a starting quarterback for the Saints. You got to get someone closer to being like Drew Brees, and you're never going to probably have a Drew Brees type of player ever again. But Carr is the next best thing, And again, I still think Carr is maybe the 11th or 12th best quarterback in the league with Cousins. So, he might not be Patrick Mahomes or Burrow or Josh Allen or Herbert or Lamar Jackson, but I still like Carr a lot, and I think Saints fans are going to fall in love with him. That on how good he really is, because the Raiders, what their problems weren't Carr or Jacobs. It was the offensive line and the defense. It's never been Carr, but they just wanted to pick on him because he was the quarterback, in my opinion. Oh, who picked it? Did he get that? First down, Saints. What a catch. Davis. Move the chains. Who dat? Yeah, I think Jameis will be a good backup. But again, I mean, like I said, when you have Jameis at quarterback compared to Carr, you feel kind of uneasy with Jameis. Like, he might win you games, but yeah, he'll throw pick sixes, he'll fumble, he'll turn the ball over, throw a horrible pass here and there. And I think with Carr, he doesn't turn the ball over as much. And that's what you need to do to win, especially in the NFL. Short gain there. Wrapping up the third quarter, about a minute to go. I mean, Jacobs had a career year last year. Carr, wasn't that bad. Devontae Adams, Renfro was a little banged up. Darren Waller was injured. So it's like, they have one good offensive lineman, Colton Miller, and all the rest of the line sucks. The defense sucks besides Max Crosby, and they had like Chandler Jones, but it's like two guys on defense. One guy that you can count on every game. And Max Crosby. Like, you can't win with one good offensive lineman and two good defensive players, and think that just because you have a good quarterback, running back, wide receivers, and tight ends that you're going to win 10 to 12 games. Like, sometimes I feel that people are stupid. It's like, look at your team. But again, some people are stupid and some people are smart, right? So, yeah, I wouldn't want to watch Tampa either. I have a link that I can send you that if you need to watch games. And it won't matter where you are in the world. You could be overseas, or you could be, in Florida, or if you're in Nolens. But if you ever need access to be able to watch games, I got a link for you if you want. Third down and 10. All right, end of the third quarter. Let me go and check up on my pup here real quick, and then we'll be ready for the fourth quarter. 16-10, Saints. One more quarter to go. All right, no problem. I appreciate you. Yeah, so if you have Twitter or Instagram, follow me on there and send me a direct message, and then I can send you the link from there. Jeremy with a $2 holla. Appreciate you, bro. Bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang, $2 holla. Let me know what you want to see for a photo, and I got you. Appreciate you. And I appreciate you. Get some sleep. Talk soon. And it's Orion underscore NWSF or NW Sports Fanatics on Instagram. Either one, you can follow and then send me a message, and I can send you the link. And it'll be good. Works for basketball, baseball, football, hockey. Sometimes even UFC and boxing on top of that too. So field goes up and good. 19-10. Saints. Yeah, and it'll work anywhere that you're at. So regardless if you get shipped overseas or if you are anywhere in the United States, you'll be good to go. So $12. Let's get to a hundo. 88 to go. Yeah, shout out to Jeremy. Appreciate you. Every dollar counts. I mean, especially when I'm doing this full time. So I appreciate that. Appreciate you. You got a particular player or a particular thing you want to look at or see? Let me know. Old Trapper. Oh, now I want Old Trapper. Damn it. That looks good. But the only problem is when you get Old Trapper, you get beef jerky, you eat the whole goddamn thing. I don't know. I think all four teams hate each other. The Bucks and the Saints and the Falcons. I mean, the average or biased fan, they don't like the other teams in the division. You know what I mean? But every once in a while, you'll come across someone like me that appreciates greatness wherever they're at. It doesn't matter if they're on the Saints or the Falcons or the Panthers. Like I'm going to show love, to whoever, even Cowboys or Patriots. I'm just a fan of the league. So Falcons won't even comment. Bucks respect. Panthers trash. But the thing is also too, there's a lot of Buccaneer fans that are incredibly biased and incredibly annoying. You know what I mean? Like I just try to represent the Buccaneer fans on YouTube so that people realize that not every Buccaneer fan is an asshole, or overly biased. But I can't be a part of any Buccaneer fan pages or my Oregon Ducks because it's just too toxic. So, and we already know, with like the Saints, like Saints fans hate the other three teams, but hell, Saints fans hate other Saints fans. That's how bad it is. So, and that's real. You'd be like, who the hell is arguing in here? And then you think it's like a Saint fan against like a Falcon fan, and then you find out it's just a bunch of Saint fans arguing with each other. For real. Is it that bad out there? First down and 10, 19-10, Saints. Hand off up the middle. Pump those legs. There you go. Gain of about 4. See if the Chargers can get some more points. All right, if you sent me a follow there, now you got to send me a message. Here we go. It's message request. All right, here we go. Hold up. Let me accept it first. All right, let me get it in here for you. One sec. All right, boom. Now you're for the rest of your life, you're taken care of. You're welcome. Yeah, it's pretty simple. You click on it, the pop-up will come up. You close it, you click on it again, you're good to go. Baseball, basketball, football, hockey, UFC, boxing, boom shakalaka. Oh, Falcon Saints is always good, which is like Seahawks, Niners, Cowboys, Eagles. Steelers, Ravens. There's always going to be certain rivalries that'll get juiced up a little bit more. As far as popularity, and then obviously Niners, Seahawks is pretty passionate. Eagles, Cowboys. Obviously, there's all kinds of hate there. But for it to be a true rivalry, the lower team needs to win once in a while. Otherwise, it's just like a beatdown. You know, and normally the Saints are beating down everyone in the division most of the time. I just got lucky, obviously, early on with like Warren Sapp and Derek Brooks and Lynch and and all that, and then obviously after that, getting Brady and Gronk and having Bruce Arians and AB. I didn't expect that shit to happen, but I wasn't one of those bandwagon Buck fans or Patriot fans that jumped ship. Like I never bought a Tom Brady jersey. I never bought a Gronk jersey. You know, I don't have any memorabilia besides I got a Tom Brady Foco bauble in the Super Bowl year for my dad for like a Christmas gift. This is like a remembrance. And then I have a Tom Brady T-shirt, like Bucko Bruce, like the old logo where they had the pirate with the knife in his mouth, the old Buccaneer logo. And instead of the Bucko Bruce, it's Tom Brady's face with a knife in his mouth. And a friend got me that as kind of like a gag gift, type thing to like be able to have that. But other than that, that's the only Tom Brady stuff that I have. So as far as Buccaneers. Yeah, but I'm a defensive guy too. I'm not a prototypical offensive, Buccaneer fan like most of them are. I'm defense, so it's like I'm Derek Brooks, Sapp, Lynch, Simeon Rice, and if it is offense, it's like Mike Allstott for me. Not any of these guys that are on the team now. Except I do love Evans and Godwin and whatnot, but I'm an old school guy. I like defense, linebackers, safeties, corners, DNs, D tackles. That's my thing. Offensive line. Oh, it's 12 noon. You know what time it is? Time for a sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Go get the po' boys. Who that? Eat them up. Get the shrimp, the po' boys, all of that. Nice sack lunch there. Easton Stick playing the whole game, huh? Ready to take my pup for a walk here pretty soon. I think it's too hot still. Maybe I'll try to bang out a reaction video or two before I go. What is it right now? 84. I got to make sure my pup's paws don't get burnt. Let's see, what time is it? At 8 o'clock, it'll be 78. At 9, it'll be 74. All right. Yeah. I would love to have one. I've never had one, but I watch all the cooking shows all the time with like Guy Fieri and Gordon Ramsay. And anytime they make a trip to Nolans, I'm always watching. I love watching, or like that one Simpsons episode where Homer eats everything that they have there in Nolans when they go on the road trip. And it just shows them, trying out every item in the cartoon. It's like 60 items. Yeah. Definitely, I would love to go sometime. I want to go to Flavor Town. See if the Chargers can get anything. Come on, Chargers, wake up. Yeah, rough day for Stick. But again, the Saints defense, they got some pretty good depth. So again, I feel they're going to be a top 3 team in the NFC. Hell, they could be number 1, number 2, or number 3. We already know the Eagles and Niners are going to be good, but there's going to be wiggle room. Eagles' schedule's a little bit tougher. And, with the Niners, you assume they'll be great still, but, Seahawks are coming for that NFC West too. So I assume the Seahawks and Saints will take a big leap forward this year. And I'm hoping the Lions do as well. So. Well, the way I do the pecking order at this point, based off all the reading and research in the film, Eagles, Niners, Saints, Seahawks, Packers, and then Cowboys, Giants, Vikings, Lions. That's kind of so 3 teams in the North. With the Packers, Vikings, and Lions. 3 teams in the East, right? With the Eagles, Cowboys, and Giants. 1 team in the South, the Saints, and then 2 teams in the West with the Niners and the Seahawks. That's what I think. But again, there may be a surprise like the Atlanta Falcons or the Washington Commanders. Maybe they end up being a little bit better than we think. But other than that, I don't really see any other really big surprises. But if I would say, who are the surprises going to be? Not saying they're going to make the playoffs, but maybe they play a little bit better than anyone anticipates. Maybe the Falcons and maybe Washington. But I'm not going to be like, oh, they're going to be great, but maybe better than last year. I think that's a fair assessment, Brock Purdy's the truth, though. The thing is that if you have Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch, and you have the offensive line, and you have the running backs and the wide receivers and the defense, they've proven that they can get to a Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo. So they can get to the Super Bowl or NFC Championship game with anybody. So I wouldn't be down on the Niners one bit because, like I said, they've proven year in and year out that the quarterback has been the weakest position, but they can still get to an NFC Championship game and the Super Bowl. Now, for them to be able to win the Super Bowl, they probably need a top 10 quarterback. Otherwise you're just going to be able to keep getting there, NFC Championship, Super Bowl, but you're not going to win. So that's kind of how I feel. Brock Purdy is better than people think too. They wasted all the picks on Trey Lance, but it didn't kill their franchise like it would have any other team because they have so much depth everywhere else. And you have arguably the best play caller in the NFL and Kyle Shanahan. So that's my opinion on that. So. But again, I follow every single team as if they were my own. I think he could be, honestly. And if he would have told me that last year, I'd be like, you're on crack. But based on how he played last year and Trey Lance's booty, right? Of course, they may be looking for another guy in free agency to test him or another guy down the road. But for the immediate future, I would say next 1 to 3 years, Brock Purdy is probably going to be the guy. But they'll still be looking for guys better. But for the time being, he's a lot better than Trey Lance. I mean, he played pretty fucking good last year, a lot better than anyone anticipated, and I think he'll be pretty good for them. Sometimes you can't fall in fall into that same kind of realm where, oh, he's Mr. Irrelevant. Now, if Brock Purdy was on the Jets or on another team like the Browns, yeah, he would be booty. But since you have so many pieces and good coaching and good players and a good support system and a fan base and GM and ownership and play callers, OCs, DCs, and think about this. The Niners every year lose coaches, and they still are good. They lose OCs, DCs, head coaches. They always lose offensive line coaches, defensive line coaches, secondary coaches. And then these guys end up getting a chance like DeMeco Ryans and other guys, right? Robert Saleh. And they're still elite. So that shows you, imagine if Saleh never left. Imagine if some of these other guys never left. I mean, then you'd be better off maybe getting closer to the championship. But until they get a top 10 quarterback, that'll probably be you have to get a Joe Montana, Steve Young type. And if you don't get a Joe Montana, Steve Young type, you're going to fall short. Unless there's a major injury in the Super Bowl, like let's say the 49ers play like the Bills and like Josh Allen gets hurt or has a bad game, then maybe you can win. But I mean, if you're going to be going against the Chiefs, you're not going to win, more than likely. But if it's anybody but the Chiefs, Bengals or Bills, there might be a little wiggle room. But again, if you play the Chiefs like I did, and you got sack lunches and picks, and Mahomes didn't throw a touchdown pass, then you can win the Super Bowl. But if you play like the Eagles did, where you had 0 sacks, 0 picks, 0 pressure, then you're going to lose 100% of the time. So I like Purdy personally. I think he's proven himself last year, and I watched him in college. Pass incomplete. That was one benefit being a Duck fan and also just being a fan of college football that I actually watched quite a bit of him in college. So when he came in, I already knew who he was. I wasn't like, who the fuck is this Brock Purdy guy? Which 99% of America was like, who the fuck is this? Unless you're a Big Ten fan or you watch Big Ten football. So that's why I watch so heavily on the college side, because I know a lot of people don't. And for me to be an expert on every team, I have to be able to watch a lot of football, even on the high school and the college side. So if that gives you an explanation. So I'm built a little bit different. Most people are fans of just their team. I have to be a fan and act like I'm a fan of all 32. Think about how much dedication and time that takes. That's a lot of energy put in. But that also gets me to be able to vibe with any fan on planet Earth. 3rd down and 8. Got Cameron Jordan's going to retire a Saint. Yeah, and if I was a Saint fan and I didn't have his jersey yet, I would be buying it this year. Color rush or a white or a black, whatever you want. But I definitely would be buying a Cameron Jordan now before it becomes a Mitchell and Ness throwback. And then you're going to have to pay more money for it. All-star offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down. 19-10. Saints. 8 minutes left in the 4th. What are the chances of him getting that 5th spot, though, in your opinion? I mean, I can be a Buccaneer fan, but I don't have to hate on greatness. But most Buccaneer fans are just like Saints fans towards Bucks players. Most Bucks fans are gonna be like, fuck Cameron Jordan, fuck Lattimore, fuck everybody. But I mean, I like Demario Davis. I like Cameron Jordan. I like Lattimore. I mean, anyone that plays good, that I like, okay, if this person came to the Bucks, would I root for him or possibly want to buy their jersey? And if the answer is yes, then obviously, I have a lot of respect for those guys. Like, my favorite player on the defense is Demario Davis, and then probably Cameron Jordan after that. But I'm a linebacker guy, so most underrated linebacker in the NFL, Demario Davis. And they rescued him from the Jets and the Browns, so God bless you guys. Because if he was still on the Jets and Browns, no one would be talking about him. Hell, nobody even talks about him right now besides me. But I like to be able to give that awareness and pub and love. And Demario is a real one, because I've even tweeted, that I thought that he's the best linebacker as a Bucks fan, and he's actually responded back to me, which was kind of cool. He never responds back to non-Saint fans, but he did for me, which I thought was special. So obviously, Demario is very high in my book. He probably was just fucking shit himself when he saw that. He's like, this Buck fan thinks I'm the most underrated linebacker. He's like, I already feel I am, and I hear Saint fans talking about it, but a Buck fan? Oh, flag on the play. But anytime I can get interactions from people, like I've got interactions with Derek Brooks on his birthday and whatnot, and a few people, but not a lot, but a few here and there. But the Demario Davis one was always kind of special to me because I wanted him to hear it from like supposed hater fan base that hates the Saints with a passion, but I don't hate. I appreciate greatness wherever it's at. So. Yeah, well, obviously it's because of the Lattimore, situation. But if Mike Evans was on the Saints, you'd be rooting for him. He'd be awesome for you guys. Unbelievable there. Baker Williams, wake up. 34-yard attempt. And it's good. 22-10 Saints. Yeah, and even when I started the channel, like I told people, like Alvin Kamara was like my favorite running back, and they're like, "How can a Saint running back be your favorite running back in the league?" But again, like I watched him at college, and I like the way that he runs and his style and his swagger, and obviously he's had a couple rough years. When you don't have Drew Brees, everyone's numbers go down. Michael Thomas specifically, and Alvin Kamara. But hopefully there'll be a little bit of a rebirth after his suspension. So. Yeah, but you say that now, but if he's wearing the Saint jersey and he's getting touchdowns for you, and he's got like 13 touchdowns and 1,400 yards, you might not buy his jersey, but you would definitely be rooting for him. Because anyone that's wearing the Saint jersey, you're going to be rooting for. That's just how it works. I mean, I could be a guy that he's like, oh, fuck Lattimore because he always fights Mike Evans. But if I had Lattimore on my team, would I appreciate him? Yeah. But again, I'm probably the only Buck fan that would say that. But I recognize that he's talented. I'm not going to be like he's just dog shit just because he's on the opposite team. There's too much haterade and hater mentality on planet Earth. So that's why it's up to me to be able to educate people that it's okay to root for certain guys, even if they're on the rival team. It's one thing if they're playing against you, but greatness is greatness. And Evans is a first ballot Hall of Famer. Lattimore is very good. I'm not sure if he's Hall of Fame, but Lattimore is a very solid top 10 corner, and if he keeps improving, we'll see where his career goes. So, big facts. Elliot in the building. What's good, brother? Oh, no shit. Oh, I'm jealous. An Airheads endorsement. Wow. That's cool. What color was the jersey that you got signed, white or black? That's cool. Stick playing the whole game. This is wild. How are you doing, Elliot? What's good, brother? Stick got plenty of time. God, that was a rifle. Laser. Black jersey. Oh, you don't like the whites? I think the whites pop a little bit more. What'd you do today? What'd you do this weekend, Elliot? You hang out with some friends? What you been up to? Listening to some music, running some errands, playing some ball? Stick, scrambling, gambling, go, 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 go. First down, Chargers. Well, like I told people even before the season and preseason started that I thought the Saints could be a top 3 team in the NFC, and some people didn't want to listen to me. But I mean, like I said, if you're looking at depth, Niners, Eagles, and Saints look like they have the most depth top to bottom in the NFC. And there'll be a couple teams right behind them, like the Seahawks and the Packers, Cowboys. But if you look at the Seahawks, Cowboys, and Packers, or Vikings or Lions and the Giants of that group, there's holes in those rosters. There's less holes in those top 3 teams, in my opinion. And also, it helps when you add Carr and Jamal Williams, and then with the guys that you've drafted. So, I mean, regardless if Michael Thomas is Michael Thomas or not, I put him on the thumb. But regardless if he can't guard Mike or he's just a shell of himself, you got Olave there, so it doesn't really matter. 3rd down and 6. played Madden. Oh, who did you play with Madden with? You play with the Saints, or did you win, or did you get your ass kicked? First down, Chargers. Easton stick to Davis. Move it, James. That was pretty. Now you're playing like 2-minute drill with like 6 minutes left, right? Just trying to like not get embarrassed here. Let's try to get at least to 17. Stick, check down, check down, check down. Throw it away. There we go. First down, Chargers. Keeping your eyes downfield. Nice job. Easton Stick is like, fuck, if I can't do it against second string, hopefully I can do it against fourth string in the fourth quarter. Nice. Oh, 2-on-2. Nice. I used to love doing that back in the day with like PlayStation 2. I bought one of those adapters where you could have four controllers plugged in, and I would do 2-on-2. Like one person's the quarterback, and then the other person is the running back or wide receiver. But the best way to play is if you manually control it. You know, you don't let the running back just get it and then run the route. You actually like control receiver, and then you tell the quarterback, your friend, throw it, and then he throws it to you, and then you can end up, doing your own plays. So the routes can be set up, but as a receiver, you can run whatever route, up, down, left, right, post route, slant, whatever. It could be an inverted route, and then all of a sudden you just yell at your friend, throw it to me, and then, you go like that. I remember playing with my friends that way, and it made it way more fun. Are they challenging? Yeah, I'm 41, so luckily I've been able to, experience 2 Super Bowls and 2 Super Bowl wins like the Ravens. But again, if you don't have defense like us or the Ravens, then that doesn't happen. And that's what I'm proud of, being a defensive team. Yeah, Brady came with Gronk, but I'm always going to be a defensive guy through and through. I like rooting for the people that are underappreciated. So, which is like defense typically, O line, special teams, coaches. Everyone can appreciate and buy jerseys of quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends. But obviously, everyone knows those positions are like the Ferrari or the Lambo. But if you don't got no O line or D line, that's the gas. And if you got no gas, you're not going anywhere. Facts. O line, D line, defense, coaching, play calling. That's what wins Super Bowls, not offense. And if it's offense, then it has to be a freak of nature, like an alien, like a Mahomes or Burrow. Other than that, probably not going to happen. Agreed. That's why, like, I'm a Sapp, Derek Brooks, John Lynch, Rondé Barber guy, Simeon Rice. Look, those are my guys. And then Allstott is that same type of player, but he was just that, halfback, fullback hybrid. I mean, you don't even have to be a Buccaneer fan. Everyone knows how awesome. Like, you can't even say a bad word about Mike Allstott. Like, he made the halfback, fullback position cool. Like, you're never going to see a fullback get converted to a halfback, even though he's built like a fullback and run over like 8 guys. And him being Caucasian and being white, that made it even better. Because you don't really see that often. Like, maybe you'll see a white fullback, but he ain't fucking Mike Allstott, where he can run for like 10 to 15 touchdowns and run over 8 of your favorite players. You'll never see another Mike Allstott ever again. That's for damn sure. Yeah, Vita Vea and company. First down and 10. Stick towards the sideline. There we go. Just a yard short of the first down marker. Less than 6 minutes to go. They're down by 12. Davis with a nice catch there. All right, second down and 1. Come on, Chargers. Let's make this a game. At least fight and get to 17. At least 13, but 17 is preferred. Stick. Pass incomplete. What happened to my hands? Come on. Third down and 1. You might as well just run an RPO with Stick and just have him get the first down himself. I mean, at some point or another, if he's off with his throws, just let him use his legs. And then eventually maybe a receiver will get open. But obviously his man coverages, they're just like all over him. There's no openings there. 3rd down and 1. Shotgun set. Stick, get rid of it. Slant, incomplete. Should have ran the RPO. And you don't listen to me, and that's why you turn it over. Dumbass. Now, either field goal or it's preseason, so you might as well go for it. Now, if it wasn't, just take the 3, and that way you at least you stop the bleeding and you get something positive, right? But if it's preseason, go for it. American Underdog. Have you watched it already? I've heard of it, but I haven't watched it. Will it make you cry? Is it like a crying one where it's like emotional? Stick. There you go. Oh, look. Oh, Orion has the proper play call on 4th down. 1st down. Chargers. What do you know? You keep it yourself, you get a 1st down. Like, know your personnel. That's why Staley's a fucking idiot. He's terrible. He's better than Anthony Lynn, but Staley's garbage. I wouldn't even let Staley wipe my ass. There we go. I know, especially being a bag boy at a grocery store, USFL and Canadian Football League type stuff, and then making it on the highest level. Greatest show on turf. And honestly, they probably should have won 2 Super Bowls if the Patriots didn't cheat in that one, and they only won by 3 with Vinatieri. But Rams definitely could have won that. Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt, Marshall Faulk, Kurt Warner, get the fuck out of here. They were Orlando Pace, fuck, Aeneas Williams. They had some dogs. Adam Archuleta. They had a little squad there, but at least they got a Super Bowl. Smoke Monday, yeah. Oh, they didn't give it to him. Touchdown, Chargers. There we go. You have to know your personnel, especially if a guy, isn't on fire and he has a hard time, it's because of the Saints defense is so good. Now, if they were playing someone other than the Saints, he would have gotten his throws and he would have been able to get into a better rhythm. And we would have been able to see the regular Easton Stick use his legs and actually be pretty good from his arm as a backup. But, when you have a Saints defense that's pretty stifling, even with their backups, then a lot of throws are going to get picked off or you're not going to complete them. So extra point is up and it's good. You ask and you shall receive. 22-17, baby. Now, I would like to get one more touchdown out of the Saints or a field goal, but we'll see if they actually are trying to score or if they just kind of run the ball and bleed the clock out and just try to end the day so they can go eat dinner and drink, I don't know about Smoke Monday, but it's fucking Smoke Sunday here in Oregon. And I'm looking outside out of my bedroom and it's just gray. And then somehow it's 90, but you don't even see the sun. Wildfires are a bitch. So first 2 reaction videos. Obviously once this one comes out, I'll do reaction videos of the games played. But so Steelers, Bills, and then the Cowboys, Seahawks. I'll probably start with those 2. Return from 5 yards deep. Go. Oh, good tackle by the Chargers. Well, at this point, they don't have good field position, so I assume they're going to run the ball, lead the clock. But you're going to have to get at least 1 first down or you're going to punt. Most impressed player that you have been able to evaluate so far between the first 2 weeks. Who is the number one sleeper so far that you've been the most impressed with on the Saints in these first 2 weeks? Could be from any side of the ball. First down and 10. Hand off. Obviously, that you're assuming just knowing football and how the game is going to go. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, and then you just hope you get the first down and then kneel it and it's over. And then obviously, if you're the Chargers, you know that's going to be a run and a run and a run, and then you hope that it's like fourth down and 2, and they punt, and then you have one last chance to try to win the game with Easton Stick. So. Yeah, I know earthquake hit in California from one of my friends that messaged on Facebook, and there is some flooding and some stuff. But I'm so in. I'm not near the coast, so I'm like 3 hours away from the coastline, 2 hours away from the coastline. So that ain't gonna hit me. Okoye in the gap. All right, here we go. Play of the game. A.T. Perry, Peyton Turner, Ugo Amadi. Nice. I was gonna say that's a good list. And like I said, Peyton Turner always had the potential, but it's always the Saints kind of MO to always draft someone that the fans don't want. It's like, okay, we want this guy, we want this guy, we want this LSU player, and then they pick someone else, But as long as he can stay healthy, he definitely looks like he can maybe turn his career around, and get the value for what they drafted him for. Third down and 6, play of the game. 22-17 Saints. Shotgun set. Pressure. Oh, incomplete. Damn. What happened to my hands? Oh. Uh-oh. But Saints defense is good, so we'll see if they hold it out. Because it's like, at this point in preseason, you're not going to just let the Chargers win. The Saints, they're trying to be able to, turn the page, and anything that was associated with Jameis from last year was last year. This is the Carr regime. So, they're going to try to win this. And obviously trying to pick off Easton Stick at the end would be the number one thing for them. All right, 4th and 6, Saints with the punt. Good field position for the Chargers here. Return, that's the 35. Shake and bake. Good tackle. Look at the gang tackling by the Saints. Pretty. NFC South, baby. Somebody's got to represent the NFC South. Hell, it ain't going to be me. It ain't going to be the fucking Panthers or Falcons. So we got to at least rely on you guys and your Saints. So. Well, if you guys don't finish first, second, third, or fourth, I'd be shocked. But you should finish first, second, third in the NFC South. No. NFC overall. First in the NFC South, and first, second, and third in the NFC overall. Unless there's major injuries. First down and 10. Shotgun set. Little screen. Good defense. Love it. I love defense, man. Laudos with the deflection. Yeah, well, he's not Sean Payton. So obviously, if you saw what he did last year, people were like, "Fuck this guy." Carmichael, and you got your guys' fan base is very fickle and critical. So either if you're winning, you love them. And if you're not winning, obviously you're just going to rip them apart and whatnot. But he ain't no Sean Payton. You know what I mean? Is he replaceable? Fuck yeah, he is. There we go. It's 12 noon. You know what time it is? Time for sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Like, I think that, like, as long as you guys are winning, with the guys that you have, you're fine. But anytime that you start losing with really good talent, then it is going to be something then, I think, agreed. I think he's a better coordinator than head coach. It's like Nathaniel Hackett can call plays, but he can't head coach. You have to have a special swagger and leadership to be a head coach. And a lot of OCs and DCs think they can do it, but they can't. But you know who can get sack lunches? Who Dat Nation? 12 noon, you know what time it is? Time for another sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Who dat? Go beat them Saints. Go get some po' boys and eat them right now. Shrimp cocktails for everyone. Sit down. Nice. Way to represent, bro. Awesome. Charger fans are like, fuck, you got to be kidding me. $12 hairs, 88 to go. Well, the Charger came back. They tried to come back and 2 sack lunches, man. That's what happens. They got the depth. Oh, for sure. I mean, his goal in his mind is to get them to 10 wins, and so that way they can get second place in the AFC West and they can be right there with the Chargers. But Russell Wilson's garbage, and they always have injuries. Von Miller's not there anymore. Bradley Chubb is injury prone every year. Yeah, they have some good players, in the skill positions, but they get hurt all the time. The wide receivers get hurt. The running backs get hurt. The tight ends get hurt. Hell, Russell Wilson was hurt last year. You know, but we'll see. Appreciate that. $2 holla. I'll throw up a photo. Thank you. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Who Dat Nation in the building. Bang, bang. Breezy. Yeah, but anyone should have already known that Breezy was going to be good. He fucking went to Clemson, so. It's like Miles Murphy. Miles Murphy's going to, make some plays this season as well. Appreciate you. And I got your Iron Head here too for you. Oh. $39-yarder. They took too long to go back to the play, and then they ended up getting the first down. Get the fuck out of here, dumbass cameraman. It's like these guys are already talking like the game is over, and then they fucking make a big ass first down. Go back and show the replay. Jesus Christ. How the hell did he catch that? And they were talking about the game being over, and like half the country didn't even see it. Can we see a replay? I mean, that's the least that you can do, NFL Network. Pump fake. Wow. Wow. You got to be shitting me. How the hell did he come up with that? And it was right in between the zone. Wow, in between four guys. You got to be shitting me. That is an epic brain fart by the Saints secondary. But it worked. Can you imagine if the Chargers come back and win this? Oh, almost picked. What happened to my hands? Appreciate you, bro.
Second down and 15 for Easton Stick, playing the whole fucking game, huh? Shotgun set. Stick. Screen. Go, 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 go. Got to get out of bounds at some point, too. Third down. Well, this game got really interesting at the end. You can't say that about a lot of preseason games, but what happened to my hands? What happened? Fourth down and 4. Got to catch with your hands, not your body, young man. Yeah, all the time. Shotgun set, fourth down and 4. Stick, pressure. Picked. And like I said, that's how you end the game off with a Saints interception. Your boy knows. ESP, Bay Bay. Called that. There we go. Nice job. Pick City, baby. And that's game. All right, Saints. Jamal's liking it. Nice job. Okay. I see you, Saints. Zero turnovers, even with Jameis playing. That shows you. Time for a kneel down. All right. Well, I need to eat something. Like my stomach is like completely empty. I need to spend some time with my pup. So I may get into some reaction videos tonight, but I may just spend some time with Paisley. I still need to exercise. We went for an hour walk earlier this morning, but I need to do another one. So, I have to be able to feel that right energy. And if my stomach's empty, I'm not going to be able to do the reaction video the right way. So maybe we'll start it tonight in maybe a little while. Maybe I'll do it in the morning, but we will be pumping them out. So you'll probably see 4 or 5 of them before we end up doing either Monday Night Football, which will be the Ravens and the Commanders, or I'll do the Mariners with Luis Castillo pitching against the White Sox. I'm probably leaning towards the Mariner game since we're hot and every game kind of matters besides that matchup, but I'll still cover and watch the football game, but we'll probably do the Mariners as the primary unless I change my mind. So, but I appreciate you guys very, very much. Thank you for everyone that donated, commented, shared. I love you guys very, very much. I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Go into Monday and kick ass at work or whatever you're doing, or school, or whatever situation that you're in. And I'll be back tomorrow and we'll grind it out. Look for reaction videos in the morning, and then we'll pump out either a Mariners stream or a Monday Night Football stream with the Commanders and Ravens. Thank you to everyone that came in and donated, commented, shared. I love you. And I got one question for you. Who talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, and I'm out. Gang.